this.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
All right. Mute this. Mute.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eternal Festival Proxy Legacy Friday night event. This is our round 1 feature match.
I don't think either of them know that they're okay to start, though.
Yeah. Go.
I'll go tell them.
Okay. We've got Patrick Uhas on the left. He's playing Blue-Black Reanimator versus Wes Ormsby on the right, who's playing a deck that is 4-color and contains the card Delver of Secrets. Now, I'm not sure calling it 4-color Delver is going to give you a good idea of what that means, because when I hear 4-color Delver, I think of like the no-white Delver deck that plays like Gurmag Angler, Snapcaster Mage, Kolaghan's Command, the one that tries to play longer than like a typical Grixis or Bug deck. But we'll see. We'll just let you guys see what Wes is up to, and if we need to adapt to how we refer to his deck, we will. But I'm sure you're all familiar with the Blue-Black Reanimator. Let's see.
I'm not a fan of Reanimator, but mostly because any deck I play
With Elish Norn.
Yeah.
It's
real good against whatever I play.
I'm not a big combo guy, but I do like classic Reanimator. There's just something about making a turn 1 Gristlebrand that's not bad.
I mean, playing against it, not a fan. I do like the deck, though. I think it's a great deck.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun.
So Pat's on the play. He's going to start off with Careful Study. He'll draw 2 and then discard 2. So we might see a Gristlebrand enter the bin. Lotus Petal Reanimate? He did discard, it looks like Brainstorm Gristlebrand, and he's just going to pass. And Wes's hand, all I can make out is, I think it's a Polluted Delta and a Brainstorm.
Yes, that's a Polluted Delta. Wes, of course, playing with, I think, all Expeditions.
Yeah, proxied Expeditions. Why not? Like, if you're going to proxy, you might as well proxy
Why
the
not go
ones.
deep?
Yeah, I can see that. Now, I often call Blue-Black Reanimator the bar for Legacy because it can win with 2 mana and essentially 2 cards. With Entomb for 1 black, Reanimate for 1 black, has a Gristlebrand, has essentially won the game. So we could see a Gristlebrand as early as right now.
Could have seen it as early as last turn.
Yeah.
But Patrick, not the most aggressive hand.
Yeah, apparently. Or he could be playing a little slower. Maybe he decided to play around days because he had the ability to, or maybe for some other reason. But he does have a Reanimate in hand, so he could attempt to make a Gristlebrand right here.
Unless he didn't actually discard the Gristlebrand.
I swear it was a Gristlebrand. This Brainstorm could also be a bait. He could be trying to bait out a Daze or a Spell Pierce here.
Probably. I don't see Wes using anything like too crazy yet.
I might consider Spell Piercing this, but I probably wouldn't Daze it.
No.
Get our life totals up. We've had a fetch land each from each player, bringing us down to 19. Alright, yeah, so here's the Spell Pierce.
And Patrick's not going to fight over that.
No. And here's our Reanimate. Yarp.
Yep.
Do we have a Daze?
Do we have
or
a Force of Will? We have a Force of Will.
So
pitching. I think West down to 18. Force of Will, pitching. Is it a Force pitching Force?
It might have been a Force pitch Daze.
Okay.
Those master or whatever invocations, it's really difficult to tell.
It is, especially now his are proxied too.
Yeah, honestly I'm not sure that helps too much. Like I remember watching GP Vegas coverage and having no idea like what the cards were. A guy had a Vindicate in his deck, and like nobody could tell what it was. Like even the commentators were like, I'm sorry, we don't know what that card is.
So like the floor judges were on their headsets.
Yeah, they had
this to Vindicate.
Yeah, that is what happened. All right, so here's a fetch for Patrick. He just cracked a fetch, right? Did he?
It looks like
is that
it
Stifle?
got stifled.
Okay, all right. Invocation Stifle from Wes Ormsby. So
I was wondering what that was. If it's a stifle.
It must have been a Stifle. All right, so here's Ponder. And Wes is not going to let Patrick do anything this game, apparently.
I mean, I don't hate it,
Yeah.
but eventually, if he grinds Patrick out, like, I feel like it's a losing proposition for Patrick because he doesn't have a ton of reanimate spells. Was it Entomb, Exhume, and Animate Dead?
Usually it's not even Animate Dead is always played. Because it might be getting played more now with Abrupt Decay running around a little bit less.
Okay.
But I mean, typically 4 Reanimate, 4 Exhumes, and maybe 1 or 2 Animate Deads.
Animate Dead.
Yeah. It's definitely the Animate Dead is definitely more played in the red-black version. Okay. So Ponder's
Which
good.
makes sense because they don't find nearly as much. Looks like an Entomb, a land, and a Reanimate.
Correct.
Putting them back in the exact same order they looked at them.
Yep.
Drawing the Reanimate.
He's just gonna punch reanimation spells into this until Wes says otherwise.
How do you feel about going now into if Wes were to have a daze? It looks like he has a
That's a Thoughtseize.
invocation on the far left. Yeah, that is a Thoughtseize though. It's gonna get a surgical extraction.
Yep.
Probably hitting the
Gristlebrand.
Yep.
So the Thoughtseize I definitely like playing into daze. If he were casting Reanimate there, I would wait another turn because he's under no pressure.
Yeah. I was worried if he was gonna try to reanimate on this turn or not.
So actually, now that we're seeing Patrick's full hand, I like that play because you're okay trading a Thoughtseize for a daze. Because that's still a 1-for-1. You save yourself a couple life, which matters a lot when you want to reanimate when you're casting the card Reanimate.
Yep.
Now this is going to hurt. Main deck, surgical extractions.
He's running 4 of them.
It's not getting any value because there wasn't a Gristlebrand in Pat's hand, but Gristlebrand is definitely the main win condition of this deck, so it's definitely.
It's still fine because Pat had the Reanimate in hand to get the Gristlebrand
So
out of the yard
he's
turn.
sort of nullifying the Reanimate until
Yeah.
another card makes its way into the bin.
Yep.
So it's kind of a 1-for-1.
And it looks like a Force of Will.
Pitching Delver. Or no, he has Force of Will and Delver, and Pat will choose the Force, which is, I don't know. Hey, they have just junded each other into the ground here.
And Wes is at 15 now from
Yep.
that exchange. It looks like because of the surgical and I think Patrick's down to 16 because of
Go ahead and.
Thoughtseize.
I'm just bringing up our Facebook chat. We do have our Facebook and our Twitch chat now, so if you want to join in the conversation, go right ahead. All right, so here's Delver for Wes and pass back.
And a Wasteland from Wes to take out his
Underground Sea.
Underground Sea.
Yeah, but Patrick had that swamp, so we're all right. Here's
Ponder.
Ponder. Show and Tell, Swamp,
Land,
Ponder. So he's looking for a creature. He's got a Reanimate. He could have a Show and Tell. He just needs a creature and a way to put it into the bin. Ideally, like he would like to see their like Collective Brutality, Elish Norn, or
Are we in Magical Christmas land here, Ryan?
Collective Brutality. Kill your Delver. Discard my Elish Norn.
Draw Entomb. Well, that's fine.
That plays.
I feel like I just fire off the Entomb right now while you're not at any risk of anything of him.
If not on his main phase, would the Delver trigger on the stack? Or no, did Wes have a card in hand?
No.
Okay,
Wes was
yeah.
empty-handed.
Then yeah, I
Fired
probably
off
would have
the
done it.
Entomb.
Yeah. Because now that Brainstorm could represent any number of counter spells. Well, not Force. It could represent a Daze or a Spell Pierce.
Well, Patrick, he had to reveal it to the Delver, so like, he knows he's got 3 cards. One of them could counter this Entomb.
But like you were saying, that's why he should have done it either in his main phase or with the Delver trigger on the stack.
Yeah.
And Patrick drew, or no, this is at the end of Wes's turn. He's going to try to Entomb here, and Wes should probably try to fight.
Yep.
And he's going to Brainstorm a response. Something that, hi Tim. Something that Legacy players tend to pick up is that better to fight over the discard spells, the things that put the creatures in the graveyard, over the reanimation spells, because there tend to be fewer. There are fewer entomb effects.
Yep.
Although that may not be true anymore with the advent of collective brutality. It's hard to say. But that is the traditional like idea. All right, so
looks like
yep. So that's going to resolve.
The counterspell, which is a lucky break, I feel like, for Patrick.
Yep.
Unless Wes is waiting on. Maybe he has it and is waiting to like. All right.
Here's a Grave Titan.
Here's a Grave Titan, but maybe like Wes found one and is just waiting for next turn to get the reanimate as well. I
wish I knew what other options Patrick had in his deck.
I think whenever Wes was going through it, I saw Elish Norn too.
So
and I think those were his three.
No Inkwell Leviathan?
There might have been. I didn't see one, though.
Because I think I would have really liked Inkwell Leviathan right here. Alright. So here's Reanimate. Pat's going to go down to 7 now.
Yep. We've been real bad with these life totals. But.
Yeah, we traditionally are. We'll make an effort, people. But that's why we have the dice. Alright, so here's Grave Titan. He brought 2 friends. His +2s.
His significant others.
I'm wondering if Wes plays Daze in this deck, considering he has a basic Swamp.
Pulse.
Or Vindicate, I believe.
Or Vindicate?
Yeah, I believe there's a Vindicate. But still, right. Pat gets some value here. Although, Wes is winning this race on board.
Yes. Pat needs to find something to deal with this. Looks like another Entomb.
Alright, so it's Careful Study.
But what's the other card in his hand?
Force of Will.
Okay.
Bloodstained Mire and Force of Will.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, that's not ideal. So
Nope.
Yeah, Pat's just going to go ahead and scoop it up. He would have one more draw step, but chances are he's not going to dig himself out of that. So Wes Ormsby is going to take game 1. He's up 1 with his 4-color-ish Delver E-type deck over Pat Uhas with the blue-black Reanimator.
I was looking through it. There were sinkholes in there.
Sinkholes were great, yeah.
Sinkholes, four surgicals.
Mm-hmm. Mind Funeral's pretty spicy.
What does Mind Funeral do?
That's the one that you mill until you hit 3 lands.
Yep.
Which in Legacy, like, you know, some decks run as few as 18 or less lands.
True.
And you're constantly like pulling lands out of your deck with fetch lands. So Mind Funeral could be pretty brutal. Although I'm not sure you want to Mind Funeral your Reanimator.
Probably not. I feel like that'd be one of the first things Wes takes out here.
Yeah.
Like Mind Funeraling me seems really good. Like elves.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I have 19 lands in the deck.
As long as your opponent's not playing one of the graveyard combo decks or something like that plays a lot of Delve or Kolaghan's Commander Snapcaster, you're probably all right. I would love to see Death and Taxes get Mind Funeraled. Although likely it would you'd have to pay 4 to do it. Alright, so we have some sideboarding going on. We've got some intel. Sorry guys, just getting a message from our Lord and Savior Ron Davis. Had to give him a quick reply. So I'm not sure. So from the Reanimator standpoint, probably post-board you're going to see more show and tells. We saw that he had at least 1 in his main board. But the traditional plan is to go up in show and tells post-board to help fight against
Graveyard Hate.
Yeah, and also like I don't think he's playing the Green Splash, but the Green Splash has become pretty normal because you bring in Abrupt Decays post-board against the Grafdigger's Cages and the Rest in Pieces and such. Maybe that's fallen off a little bit with the popularity of Red-Black Reanimator and the downfall of Miracles. Hi, Paul.
That's Paul.
That's Paul.
That's Paul.
That's Paul.
Old Mountaineers 29.
Old Mountaineer 29. Paul Mills. Paul Mills in the house. It's our
resident Sneak and Show player.
Aha. We do have a sneaking show.
Playing tonight?
Yes, we do.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's not my favorite deck, but it looks great on camera.
It does. It's not my favorite deck either. I've had a lot of people be like, "Why? You seem like the exact person who would play Sneak and Show," and I'm like, "But why though?"
I mean, like I have an immense amount of respect for the deck because
it's really good.
yeah, it's might be after maybe only Storm. It's probably the best combo deck in the format right now. It's definitely one of the best decks, but it just doesn't speak to me.
You're missing Green Black Storm.
Spanish Inquisition.
Elves.
Oh yeah. Well, there's 2 Green Black Storm decks.
Sorry.
That's okay. And maybe I want to call Elves Mono Green Storm and call Spanish Inquisition Green Black Storm.
Green Black. I mean, true. Elves does only play black for like sideboard abrupt decays.
To be fair, Paul, I have never actually. It's one of the few legacy decks that I've never played a single game with. So, I'm sure.
It's a legacy deck that I've never desired to play a single game with.
I'm sure. like making a turn 1 Griselbrand is definitely fun.
If I wanted to make a turn 1 Griselbrand, though, I'd rather be playing it in Reanimator.
Reanimator speaks to me a little bit more because I like the toolboxiness of Entomb, where you like, is it better to go get Elshnorn or is it better to go get Inkwell Leviathan here?
Or your Paul, who just draws all the sneak attacks in a row against me, and then he's like, "Oh, I just happened to draw 2 Emeralds in a row too." And I'm like, "Wow, cool, man. Must be nice."
Well, he's gotten us all at one point or another. All right, so Pat's just going to say Bloodstained Mire and pass, looks like. Yep, all right, so Wes is going to play Polluted Delta. Looks like he's might be thinking about casting that Brainstorm here, which seems aggressive, but, well, I don't know the rest of his hand, so I will not judge.
Maybe yeah, I feel like the turn 1 Brainstorm, main phase Brainstorm.
It's typically not the best play.
Oh, he might be playing the Delver.
Oh, yeah, if he has a Delver, you need to play that Delver. All right, so here's Island. Oh, Paul.
There's nothing nice about an Emrakul. I'm sure Jace and the Gatewatch were like, "Man, she's so nice," as she's coming in to annihilate everyone.
It's going to kill Innistrad, just going to kill the plane. Alright, so Pat's going to fetch at the end of turn. We might see an Entomb here.
Yeah, Wes like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's fine."
It's cool, man. It's cool. Lots of shuffling in Legacy.
Too much.
Alright, so here's end turn Brainstorm.
Entomb,
Force of Will.
Land.
Yeah, Bloodstained Mire.
Bloodstained Mire.
So, and I see a Ponder.
And I think a Reanimate in his hand.
I was thinking an Exhume, but it's one of those types. Alright, so he's going to kick back 2 cards. We might see him go for it here, but West did show us a whole lot of counter spells in game 1. Though here he has to have Force. I don't think he's on Daze, considering he has basic Plains, basic Swamp in his deck.
No. He's gonna find a way to make those into islands.
I mean, I've played
Prismatic Omen.
I've played Force of Will Thalia, so
seems great.
Yeah, like I mean, these things happen. I've played a deck that had Gaddock Teague, Thalia, Force of Will, Brainstorm. Like I played that deck, so
seems great.
Yeah, no, I loved it. Like it was great.
It's Bant. I mean, what's there not to love about it?
I was 1 win off of winning a Force of Will at a side event at GP Richmond with it.
You know what that deck really needed though? Just hear me out. Although it wouldn't have come out then. Was this like in the modern GP a while ago?
The big one, yeah.
It really needed a Tamiyo Field Researcher.
Oh yeah, it did. It had Jaces in the sideboard, so I would have cut a Jace for a Tamiyo Field Researcher in about a heartbeat.
I would have never even considered Jace. I'd be like, 4-mana Planeswalker, Tamiyo.
Well, I mean, just because he was already in the slot, and then once Tamiyo was printed, I'd be like, you're out.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out, yeah. All right, more cantripping for Pat. He's going to kick it back.
Hold open, Force of Will
trigger
into
reveals
Swords
to Plowshares. We got a tree 2. It's coming at you.
Insectile Aberration.
Wes is going to take a look at the contents of his hand. I see a lot of lands.
I do see a lot of lands. That would appear to be a wasteland.
Yeah, that's the wasteland, the expedition. He's going to target the untapped Underground Sea. Pat's proxies are really nice. They look real.
They look almost real.
Yeah.
Good
Just
on you, Pat. They're in color too.
Watch them be real.
Wild. Big Pat, where'd you get those?
All right, so Entomb, flow to black, cast for tune, Entomb in response.
Wesley let it resolve.
Yeah.
It seems like he let it resolve pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't have anything there for that, or I would spell pierce that in a heartbeat. All right, Iona.
That's really awkward because what do you name against a 4-color deck?
I guess you just name. Well, he saw the swords, so he has to say white. Unless, okay, so here's a search.
We're gonna see a force here finally. Looks like a force pitch brainstorm. Like, or does Pet just say, yeah, that's fine, because it looked like he might have another Entomb in hand? Maybe not. I could be wrong on that.
He has 3 Force of Wills.
Oh, never mind.
So
he could force pitch force and still have force backup.
Yes, I think maybe you should just go ahead and fight here because you're down a game and you need to give yourself a chance to win.
Yep. And we're gonna see a brainstorm.
Yep.
Response. Looks like 2 lands and a not land.
And an invocation.
No, it's not an invocation. It's just a black card.
Oh, okay.
That's also in black and white. Is it another surgical extraction? I doubt it. It can't be.
It is. That's an invocation.
That one is a daze.
Okay, so he is playing days. All agreed. Wes Ormsby, all agreed. Basic plains, basic swamp days.
All right. Well, is he gonna? Are we gonna see the force pitch brainstorm?
Now, if Wes has a force here,
that's
gonna be pretty brutal. All right.
That's a fight for the. What were we even fighting over here?
The Iona.
Well, yeah, we were fighting over the Iona in the graveyard with the surgical stack.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go back to Pat with 1 land Exhume in hand.
Ugh. You could. I mean, if you're Wes, you could also just like let all that happen, and then whenever the reanimate happens, counter there. But they both devoted an awful lot of resources to that battle. That's why I love Legacy.
Yep.
Yeah, Marsh Flats. Crack it. We're gonna exhume. Here we go. I get one, you get one. It's fair. Exhume is a fair card. Everybody gets a creature.
I'll run down and find out what color he names on this though. I feel like he has to name white though.
Yeah, surely he has to name white because he knows about the swords.
Yeah, and he doesn't like Iona's. How big's Iona?
7/7.
Yeah, so she doesn't care about a 3/2.
Yeah.
Get out of here, stupid wizard.
3/2 guy.
Yeah, 3/2 guy.
All right, exhume.
Yeah.
The most fair of all the Magic cards.
Common.
Yeah.
Can be played in Pauper.
I've seen it played.
I play it.
With the new guy from Hour of Devastation that's like a 6/6 hexproof that has cycling for a blue.
Yeah.
You cycle him on turn 1, then exhume on turn 2. All right, so here's Iona. We're gonna assume white. If we need to run downstairs, we will. Okay, since it's not getting swords right now, it's got to be a white. Yeah. All right, so Wes is going to play a land and kick it back.
I think Patrick drew another exhume. I could be wrong.
7.
That's a quick clock.
That's a very quick clock. Well, we'll take Wes down to 10.
And Patrick is checking out his yard, but I think Patrick drew another exhume. Yep.
Iona might be enough.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat an Iona, but also it's really hard to beat an Iona if you're playing basically a mono green deck.
Oh yeah. I've had it cast against me playing Death and Taxes. I've seen people have it cast against them playing Burn. I've seen it cast against Elves.
I had it played against me in Modern when I was playing Burn for a short time. And it felt real bad, and I was like, well, cool.
I was playing against Sean once. He was on Reanimator, and he brought out an Iona against me. I was on Charlotte's Bug, and we both thought we were out of prizes, so we were kind of discussing like what it should be. And I'm like, I think you should name Black because Liliana and blah blah blah. And he's like, okay, I name Black, and then I rip a Jace off the top
And bounce it to his hand.
bounce it, and then I make top 4. I felt pretty bad.
Yes.
No, but we went over it. I think Black is actually the correct choice general against Shardless.
I think one of the best ones was the first team event here. Round one, I played against Black Red Reanimator. He turn 1 exhumed at the end of my turn. Turn 2 entombed a Siren Insanity. Managed to win game 1 through the Siren Insanity.
Nice.
Game 2 I lost to a turn 1 Iona. Entomb, exhume, go get Iona. Name green. I was like, well,
can't beat that.
Poop. Looked at my opening hand. Game 3. Surgical Extraction. Thoughtseize, Deathrite Shaman, Scavenging Ooze, land.
Seems great.
I was like, alright.
Keep.
Snap.
Alright, so Delver cracked back, so both players are at 9. We're at Pat's main phase. He's casting Careful Study right now. I saw like Daze Reanimate. I'm not. Alright, so he's gonna pitch 2 reanimations. He's just on the Iona plan right here, so he's keeping that Daze to help protect it if there's anything Wes can do to kill it. Alright, Wes is down to 2.
I guess it doesn't. The Iona
1,
doesn't just
sorry.
stop the swords. It also stops the
Vindicate.
Yep.
I'm not sure if there's like a Jace or a Liliana or anything like that.
It has to be.
Dismember doesn't kill it. Obviously, Fatal Push or Abrupt Decay don't kill it. Like I'm not really sure what Wes can. Like Jace, if there's a Jace in his deck, that might be his best bet.
He
but
can't.
He can. Yeah, he'd have to have 2 more mana.
What can we?
I mean, I guess he can block 1 turn and then. But
He can block Dismember.
he could block Dismember. Yeah, that's a play. But he'd have to pay the full mana for the Dismember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like.
He doesn't have double black right now because he has Tundra Plains.
Yep. Well, I was.
We're trying. We're
We're trying
yeah.
to figure out how to get the Scion off.
All right,
the
so
board.
Iona block.
Unless it's just a postpone for 1 turn so you can find Hase and bounce it back.
Yeah, but Pat has days.
Well, I'm trying to.
But Wes doesn't know that. Yeah.
I'm trying to give Wes outs.
Looks like he might have drawn Leyline in the Void.
He's gonna have unsummon.
All right.
Darn it.
Pat takes game 2. We are going to game 3. That was exciting. I like
That was a good
tying
one.
it up.
I was hoping for an unsummon.
Unsummon would have been great.
Unsummon.
You know what happens when your opponent casts Unsummon and Legacy? You automatically say, "Why isn't that Vapor Snag?" And then they're like, "Well, because I want to play Unsummon."
Yeah.
And you say, "Well, Unsummon isn't as good as Vapor Snag," and they say, "Well, it beat you."
Exactly. And then you just look at them dead in the eyes, and they're just like, they have no idea what to say. I will admit, the one night when I was at work, somebody was like, "Can I get this?" And I just looked them dead in the eye and go, "No,
I do that all the time. It's the best.
no."
No, we don't sell anything here. Please leave.
Can I get this? No, you can't.
No.
And then they don't know what to do. Yeah, man, we got you. I got you.
So if you've been under a rock, we are running our Eternal Festival, which is our own mini 4 Horsemen Eternal weekend here, all weekend long. We've got Eternal flavored Magic the Gathering events all 3 days. We've got our 6:30 Modern FNM, which should have just kicked off, unless Ron wants me to go back down there and box his ears. Tomorrow at 11, we have our Team Eternal event. Team Eternal is Modern, Proxy Legacy, and Proxy Vintage. We've got Eternal Masters drafts at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We just got a couple Eternal Masters boxes in today. We have Modern side event tomorrow at 7 o'clock. On Sunday, we have our Legacy Championships at 11 and the No Ban List Modern event at 3 o'clock, which everybody's super excited for.
I am. I'm super excited for that. I also just realized that in the Force of Will counter war, I totally forgot to ham horn. Hit him with the horn.
Oh, well. Well, we've got 3 more rounds of action after this.
And we still have a game here.
And we still have a game here, yeah.
We could see something wild and happen.
I'm sure Wes boarded it out, but the whole reason I put him on camera is because I wanted to see Delver flip to Mime Funeral.
My funeral.
So I hope he left it in. He should have left it in because it makes his brainstorms better because he always has something to shuffle away with brainstorm. But like flip my Delver, then shuffle it away with a brainstorm.
Entomb and Reanimate in his opening hand for Patrick.
And
Ponder.
it doesn't look like Patrick's playing any Lotus Petals or any kind of fast mana. He looks like he's trying to play a little longer with more counter spells, which is fine.
I mean, how fast do you need to put a Gristlebrand into play?
I mean, turn 2 is just about as good as turn 1.
All right, so. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Man, they rocking it down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, we'll adjust it in between rounds.
It's not terrible right now.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll slide it to the left a wee bit after this. So Wes is on the play. He's gonna play Polluted Delta and kick it back. Pat is gonna play the Swamp, and looks like he might be entombing right now. Oh, that's a Thoughtseize, which I like. I like kicking these discard spells in early because you'd rather Wes spend his Spell Pierces and Dazes on these, or this does give Wes an opportunity to brainstorm in response here. Wes is at 19. What would be super next level is if Wes like brainstorms a Surgical to the top of his deck to protect it, and then Pat's like, all right, Lotus Petal Entomb, Lotus Petal Reanimate.
Okay.
That would be the best. All right, Spell Pierce. That's fine.
All right, well. Doesn't look good for Patrick. That doesn't look like much is going to resolve if he is going to Spell Pierce. Wants to protect something in there.
Yeah. All right. Ooh,
Sinkhole.
Swamp down. Those are real, like beta sinkholes. I saw them. They're very nice.
They are nice.
All right, Marsh Flats. I love that Pat actually taps his fetch lands, because that's what the card says to do.
You tap and sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, and most people don't do that. Like that's what you're supposed to do. It says right on the card.
Heathens.
I know. I don't think I do it either. Like,
or the people who just put the fetch land in the graveyard because it's gonna respond, but you never know when your opponent's gonna like, hold on there, buddy.
Yeah, like
stifle.
I got priority, man.
I will admit I played at a regionals and because nobody ever expects you to like stifle an Evolving Wilds in Standard.
With the new creature.
Well, not just that, but Summary Dismissal and
Are there 3 stifle effects in Standard?
yeah, the creature, Summary Dismissal, and the
if you're playing
Disallow.
And if you're playing limited, there's actual stifle.
And there's actual stifle.
All right,
man,
there's another sinkhole. He's gonna float a black to Entomb. If Wes has like a Spell Pierce or a Daze for this is gonna be backbreaking. It's gonna happen though. Still, like that. Oh, 2 sinkholes is brutal. Love it.
But because like the thing is, like, in Standard nobody expects it, and especially like if you're sitting there and you're like, all right, I've got 4 mana for Summary Dismissal, and this was a while ago before Disallow was printed though. So like Summary Dismissal was in there whenever Emrakuls were running rampant. So people are like, all right, Emrakul, get my extra turn trigger, get all my Kozilek's for turn triggers in my graveyard, do all the stuff,
Nice.
and then you're like, all right, Summary Dismissal, exile everything, counter your Emrakul.
Ugh, brutal.
But I was like, if somebody's struggling on lands and they're like, oh man, I finally got my Evolving Wilds, I will definitely fire off a Summary Dismissal and counter an Evolving Wilds.
So Pat got Iona, which has been Surgical, and we're looking at Pat's hand. He does have an island and 2 ponders to dig himself out of this.
And it looks like an Ixum and a Reanimate.
Yeah, so Pat's situation isn't as bad as it could be. He is definitely behind, though.
He's gone through 3 lands now.
Yeah. Although the thing is that Wes has no pressure. If like he had a Delver on the table, then I think Pat's situation would be much worse than it is right now.
Yeah.
So Wes just needs to find some. Ooh, and there's the swamp,
There's
like right on time. Now he doesn't even need to dig for lands.
Doesn't have to worry about the wastelands on West's side either.
Yeah.
Now you just has to ponder up a threat.
Yep. Ponder. You want to see like Careful Study Geek Grizzlebrand or Collective Brutality Grizzlebrand or something or an Entomb would be great, obviously.
Yep.
Looks like Wes is taking a...
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Underground Sea.
That is a Ponder, not a Brainstorm. Did he put those in his hand?
Yes, he did.
All right. I'll let you go handle that. Now, Brainstorm and Ponder are similar cards, but they are not the same, and unfortunately, they do not work the same way. It looks like the players may have handled it on their own. Now, and this is FNM, we are playing at a regular REL. If this was a competitive REL, that would be an automatic game loss, but we, when we're playing regular REL, if the players are able to sort it out among themselves, we generally let... Yeah, okay, good. I was just telling everybody, at regular REL, if players are able to sort it out among themselves, we generally let them do that. If this were a competitive REL event, as soon as that card touched his hand, that unfortunately would have been a game loss.
It's not a game loss yet, is it?
Have you...
Draw too many cards?
Or, I know, it used to be.
He just gets thought seized now by Wesley.
Yeah, that's right.
And Wesley gets to put the 2 cards back or whatever, something weird like that.
So here's the Deathray Shaman, which Pat did not see in Game 1 or Game 2, though you could probably assume was in the deck. And Wes kicks it back. Here's that second Ponder. Wes has, or Pat has plenty of land.
Patrick should have cast the Ponder off of the
island, not the Underground Sea. Yeah, that was a bit of a sequencing error for sure.
Yeah, because then he could Entomb.
Yeah, because he drew, and he has that Entomb. That's... Ugh.
Did he miss his land drop too?
He has the Swamp in hand, doesn't he?
Yeah, did he not play it that turn?
I'm not sure.
Not really sure how Pat digs out of this one right now.
That seems...
wait, he doesn't have green.
Yeah, I was going to say, Wes doesn't have green.
If he doesn't have green, he doesn't have
because he has 2 Underground Seas and a Tundra.
Alright.
I mean, he doesn't have green other than his Deathray Shaman. Watch him have an Elvish Spear Guide in hand and just break Patrick here.
Oh my...
Alright, reanimate.
Can't fault the man for having Elvish Spirit Guides. I love me some Elvish Spirit Guide.
I'm going to reanimate. Alright, in response, I'm going to pitch this Elvish Spirit Guide.
I thought about playing it for a while. I was like, how can I play Elvish Spirit Guide and Elves?
I've seen Maverick lists now that are playing it so they can play Thalion turn 1 or Gaddock Teague on turn 1.
Alright, that seems good.
I mean, I haven't made the jump, but like I see some appeal to it.
I mean, Elves is already not a great matchup for you. If you literally just go, alright, turn 1 Gaddock Teague, and they're like, well...
That helps, yeah.
Yeah, they can't Green Sun Zenith for 0 to get their Dryad Arbor anymore. Which is a really good turn 1 play for Elves. Or maybe not a good one, but a common one.
DRS is going to eat an Entomb, take Pat down to 17. And here's the Delver, and now, now I'm really liking Wes's spot. If he just had a Trop in play, we may call this game. Although, Patrick still has Show and Tells in his deck, so that's a thing.
I think Patrick is wary that Wesley's going to Deathrite Shaman without realizing that he doesn't have green open.
It's possible.
Also, there's a Surgical Extraction in Wes's hand that I just noticed.
Gross.
There are 2 Surgical Extractions in Wes's hands that I just noticed.
How do you... I'm amazed. It says something that Pat's even up a game against this deck that has 4 Deathrite Shamans and 4 Surgicals main board.
True.
And it's also Counterspell deck. Mind Funeral! Ah!
Brainstorm.
Mind Funeral is so much cooler than Brainstorm.
Yes.
Alright, so he's at...
Have some fun. Mind Funeral your opponent. I honestly feel like, as you're talking about, it doesn't seem good to have the Mind Funeral Patrick here. That seems fine if you're sitting on 2...
Surgical Extractions? Yeah, you're right. He should definitely have Mind Funeral on the deck. Alright, here's the old Entomb.
Or if you have Deathrite Shaman out,
True. Very true.
You can respond... You can't respond to Exhume if they have 2 creatures, because they're just like, alright, I'll bring this other one back.
There's a Gristlebrand going into the graveyard. I would imagine as soon as Wes has priority, he's going to Surgical that thing.
Or maybe wait until he plays
to try
to actually
2
bring
for
it
1.
back.
Yeah. I think you can get some value off of it. That'd be so brutal if the life loss off Reanimate was part of the cost.
That would be brutal.
Yeah. Looks like there may be a question on priority because it looks like Wes may be trying to Surgical right now.
Do you want me to go down and figure that out?
No, it looks like they've figured it out.
Yeah.
All right, so here's another Entomb.
Entomb number 2.
Oh man.
Entomb.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha. Ha.
All right. With that Entomb on the stack, it looks like Wes is going to go ahead and surgical the first Griselbrand.
Okay.
And this will force Patrick to get something other than a Griselbrand, which means that Wes's second surgical will be live to get the Elishnorn or whatever else he has. Oh, and Pat does have a force, but no second blue card. Again, awkward tapping on the mana there because since he tapped both of his black sources, he won't be able to cast a reanimation spell after the Entomb.
I think the question came down to when priority happens here.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Griselbrands are gone. Second Entomb is resolved. Oh no, that's why he tapped both black sources because he cast 2 Entombs.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. My B.
All right, Elishnorn.
Alright, Elishnorn is
the yard.
Is good against the board.
They're discussing priority again, probably.
Yeah. Just priority is a hot topic of discussion tonight at Four Horsemen. Alright, so here, putting reanimate, or no, because...
Oh, this might have been at the end of Wes's turn.
I think this is
the end of Wes's turn.
I think this is the end of Patrick's turn after he's cast the 2 reanimates. And now we're going to surgical down to 15, targeting the Elishnorn. Pat's going to show him the same 3 cards. And Wes is going to take a quick... Or no, he's just going to shuffle.
He knows that that's
because he knows there's only one. And he already saw how Pat sideboarded.
Yep.
Alright, no, you were right. That was at the end of Wes's turn. So untap.
Entomb.
Again. Or, no, it's Careful.
No, it was Careful. So I thought it was an Entomb again.
All the redraws for Patrick Uhas. Let's go. Come on. We want Grave Titan here. Wes is going to try to fight.
Please find Grave Titan. Although, what is that a Vindicate in hand? There's a Vindicate in there.
Yeah, probably.
Vindicate Force of Will, I think.
Yeah, so there's Force of Will pitching. It was probably either Days or Stifle.
Or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Down to 14. That might be the nail in the coffin right there. And
he's gonna eat it.
Yep. Pat down to 10. Because you never know when Snapcaster and Tomb will happen.
That'd be
sweet.
Horn. I would air horn that up.
Air horn the heck out of it. All right. So Flood Strand. In for 3.
7, one more turn to clock. You have 1 turn, Patrick, to find a threat.
Yep.
Draws Entomb.
And it can't be Grave Titan because Grave Titan doesn't do anything. So he may not. He may not have. He has to have because Grave Titan doesn't do anything. Inkwell Leviathan doesn't do anything. Iona is gone. He needs Elishnorn. No, Elishnorn is gone. He needs Iona.
Yeah, and that doesn't do anything.
Well, it blocks the Delver.
It blocks Delver.
But Iona may not win though.
Oh, man.
All right, here's a fetch. Does Wes just have every counter spell?
No, I think he's just fetching a response. He has no cards in hand.
Oh, okay. He's just fetching. That's fine.
Why not? Enjoy the time in the spotlight, am I right?
I would say Brainstorm, but yeah, I mean, like, anything to stay on camera a little longer.
Yeah, Path to X, represent Path.
I got Path.
Swords, not Swords, Path.
Uh-huh.
He's probably got all the basics out of his deck.
I've seen Nick Fit players who play Path to Exile because they make their opponents rip the basics out of their decks anyway with Veteran Explorer.
That's sweet. What is the other one that I was thinking about?
Zoo also plays Path because they don't want their opponents gaining life because they're
countering themselves.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. There's another deck that I know plays Path because just not a ton of basics in Legacy.
And sometimes you see it in the sideboard of Death and Taxes and Maverick.
That was it. Was Death and Taxes.
Yeah. That's gotten pretty common with Grixis Delver being like the best deck. Quote unquote.
Because
All right, down to 5.
Attack.
Down to 2.
Activate. Stifle.
All right, and that's it. Wes and his 4-color-ish Delver deck takes the match 2-1. Great match by both players. And we only have 5 minutes left on their clock, so I imagine everybody else is done. So we should be back with a round 2 feature match rather quickly. We will be right back, guys.
Oh my gosh. It's perfect. Can confirm. It does look.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's fire.
Save a timer, and that you've never turned off the mic.
That's fine. That's fine. They know. They listen to us all the time anyway.
You boy.
All right, guys, welcome back. Of course, you were listening to all that, so you knew we were here anyway. Got AJ Clock on the left. It's his time to shine. He's playing Bug Delver versus Sean Carroll on the left, playing the Eternal Garden, taking an early gamble.
Okay.
I hope this one doesn't burn him. All right.
I hope he doesn't get punished for it.
Oh. Probably, typically, these early gambles are getting either Life from the Loam or Punishing Fire.
I wish we knew, but we don't.
Of course.
It doesn't require you to reveal it.
He may have one combo piece, need the other combo piece, and already have a Life from the Loam, so.
Yeah, it's not like... Didn't have the turn 1 exploration. What's he doing wrong?
Yeah. You know, he could have
He's
Mox
playing
Diamond.
lands wrong.
He could have Mox Diamond. He could still have an exploration here. We could see, like, Mox Diamond, pitch a thing, play an exploration, play another thing, turn 2, make a Merit Lage. I don't know, like, seems like weird sequencing, but
I'll discard a crop rotation.
seems fine.
Or he could play 2 Mox Diamonds.
Yeah.
Just hear me out on this.
Okay.
And AJ just goes, all right, turn 1, Bayou. Elvish Spirit Guide, Maelstrom Pulse. Get both of them.
All right, so AJ's gonna, or he's just gonna play a Misty.
Oh.
He's at 21 from the Grove.
You right.
So he's just gonna
The
play a
Dastardly
Misty.
Grove.
Dastardly. Should have a mustache and tie somebody to a railroad tracks. Here's a thespian stage.
And then be like, ha ha ha, you can't get the lady off the railroad
Ha
tracks without killing your mother or something like that.
Something.
Internal conflict.
AJ's up to 22. Sean is going
Death
to
Boy
cast Life from the Loam for no value. Just get it in the graveyard.
Death Boy is up to no good.
No good at all.
Alright, AJ fetching back down to 21. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. I should have thought of this before he put him on camera. These life totals going to be changing too much.
Yeah. I'd like to, Matt Moore came in a little late. I wouldn't mind seeing some Maverick on camera tonight.
I wanted to put him on tonight, but he was playing. It would have been a great matchup.
Mhm.
Him versus Wes Ormsby. We just had
But
Wes
you're
on camera. So.
So if he plays Levi, Levi's on Deathblade. And Maverick versus Deathblade is pretty... Also, Mr. Hefner's on Shardless Bug. There's some good fair magic there. Real super interactive. Alright, so AJ fetched at the end of Sean's turn and he's played a second fetch land. He's taking a look at his hand. It looks like he might have a hymn he was thinking about playing, but it may just be
Has he resolved his brainstorm fully by now? I didn't pay that much. I wasn't.
Yeah,
okay.
he's
okay.
That brainstorm was at the
Dredge.
end of Sean's turn.
Ghost Quarter, Gamble,
Port.
Port.
Does Sean have this fully built now? Except
I
for maybe the Tabernacle?
Don't think he has a Tabernacle
Okay,
yet.
so essentially fully built.
I mean, Knowing Sean, we know he can easily get the Tabernacle. I think he's just waiting till he's at like a big event to get a good deal.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have any dependents. He's one of those adults who gets to spend money on what he wants, but he's not a dummy. He likes to shop. He likes to get a good deal.
Yep.
Which is SMRT.
Nah, spend it all.
Spend it all. Play every deck ever. Ghost Quarter. Pretty good against Bug Delver.
Yeah, considering they play what, like 1 or 2 basics?
Zero.
Zero.
Zero. Typically, the only Delver deck that plays basics is blue-red.
Blue-red.
But of course, Wes's deck is a brew.
You're right.
And an oddity at that. Okay, so here's a second brainstorm at the end of Sean's turn. I think I just saw a Flusterstorm.
You know what? This matchup looks like it really needs Price of Progress.
Oh yeah. I've seen Grixis Delver decks with 0 basics in them. They're now playing Price of Progress just for like aggressive matchups like this. Because you can only have you can just leave 2 lands in play, especially when you're playing against lands, like they're destroying all your lands anyways. You get to price them and maybe they have like 6 lands in play.
Yep.
Oh. So good.
I can get behind some Price of Progress. Like the one event you lent me the deck for, I played Blue-Red Delver and I got like 4 match wins off of Price of Progress.
Yeah, it's a very, very powerful card.
I think I brought in the other ones out of the board against Punishing Jund and against Temur Delver. And I don't think I cast a Price of Progress that did less than 6 damage.
Oh man.
We have a him.
Yep.
Taking out number 6 and number 3. Taking
And
out a crop rotation and a
Barbarian Ring.
Ooh.
It's a spicy one.
It's 2 crop rotations down.
Yeah.
It's going to be maybe a little harder for him to...
So we're milling over that ley line. We got Glacial Chasm, a second ley line, and a second Grove.
Ley line?
Or that Life from Loan.
Life from the Loan.
I don't know why I said ley line.
It's okay.
It's alright. Sean now... Sean seems to be in a fine spot, but he needs, like, an exploration so that he can start, like, recycling these Ghost Quarters multiple times a turn, and he needs to get ahead of the parity, is what Sean needs to do.
Yeah. Although I think we're almost to a point, like, Sean's probably got the Punishing Fire to keep just about anything.
AJ's at 20.
AJ's now at 20. I mean, for the viewers at home, what all threats does AJ have to bring down Tarmogoyf?
Typically, the Bug Delver list will play Deathray Shaman, Delver, and Tarmogoyf. They may or may not also be playing Trine Nemesis or...
Gaddy. Leovold.
Yeah, Leovold. That's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say... The Black Delve 5/5 flyer.
Oh, it's a demon?
Yeah. I play that card. I played that card, and just for some reason, its name always escapes me. Tombstalker. So here's Liliana for AJ. He's going to tick up. He's going to discard Abrupt Decay, which is not great. And Sean's going to go ahead and discard Horizon Canopy. Here's Punishing Fire, which will deal 2 to Liliana. She'll be dead.
Liliana's not going to stick around long.
No. The Planeswalkers can be really good against lands, as long as they don't have Punishing Fire going.
And now there's 2 Punishing Fires.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 Punishing Fires, 2 Groves. Sean needs a couple more like green sources out, though. Mox Diamonds will be really good here. Looks like I like his spot. He's just looking for a way to, like, get ahead.
So you're going to buy back Punishing Fire and get rid of the Liliana now?
He may also just have, like, lands in his hand that he doesn't care about
discarding.
Yeah.
I mean, he always has that online now that he has
The only awkward thing is, like, if Liliana goes up to 3, that means it takes 2 more Punishing Fires instead of 1 to kill it.
And we have AJ going up to 23 now based off of multiple Grove activations.
Yep.
For a
Here's
Barbarian Ring.
Yep.
And it looks like a Barbarian Ring to
Punishing Fire.
Punishing Fire.
Yep, kill
finish
the
off
Liliana. Yep. So I like killing it now, especially since he's under no pressure of his life total, and that's AJ's only threat.
Yep.
The only,
It's not really much of a threat here.
The only thing Sean could lose to potentially here is the Tombstalker or a Tarmogoyf, which he just needs to find a Mazavith. And then it's not so much of a concern, but AJ is just unable to present any kind of real threat here.
All right,
here's Tombstalker.
Tombstalker.
Oh boy, Australia's pride.
What?
There's a legacy podcast from Australia called The Salt Mine, and they play a version of Delver that is more centered around
Delving into a Tombstalker.
Into a Tombstalker, yeah, and they call it
Australia's
they call it Team Australia. How how Bug Delver used to be called Team America.
Okay.
They call it Team Australia.
Okay.
But Tombstalker's good. Like Sean needs multiple. Well, actually, I guess he does. No, he needs 3
he just
punting.
needs to get this. All he has to do is get this Dark Depths back and make a token now.
Yeah, that's true. Because he just dredged over at Dark Depths.
Yep, and he can definitely do it. Set up to make a 2020.
So
although AJ's not dead to a 2020 attack.
no, he needs 2 attacks. So here AJ should go up to 24
he needs
here.
3 attacks.
Oh, here's the days.
He needs 3 attacks.
Because he has a blocker. Yeah.
He has a blocker.
Alright, so
so he's not getting a 2020 this turn, though.
Flusterstorm. Storm count is 3.
Alright, well.
Yeah, well, not this turn, but soon. Oh!
Well.
He can't make it, though.
Nope.
So, he'll probably get...
Oh, it's going to get forced.
Dang. AJ was preparing for this moment. So, Sean is down to 18.
Yep, Sean's down to 18.
And AJ's up to 25. After
Did
all
he
those
pay
groves.
life after the force, though? Down to 24.
Sean's usually pretty good about making sure his opponent's at the right life total.
Okay. Angler doesn't fly, though.
Ooh, Glacial Chasm.
I can always get behind a big guy with flying in the air.
Yeah, and like an Angler wouldn't be bad right now because AJ just needs to shorten this clock.
Yeah.
But because right now it's 4 turns, and 4 turns is going to be too slow.
And how big's Tombstalker?
5/5.
5/5 as well.
It's the same as Gurmag, except for 2 black and has flying.
Okay.
And Sean should be at 13 after that attack.
Yes.
They did not update that life total. But I think we're going to see a Mare Lage this turn. Snapcaster Flusterstorm with storm count of 3? Or no, Brainstorm. Interesting. He has the Flusterstorm in his graveyard, doesn't he?
Yes. Although I'm not really sure what. Huh. Unless he's got no. Unless he's planning on forcing it.
Yeah. If he had a force and he just needed a blue, no, because then the Brainstorm would have been the blue card or the Snapcaster. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe
he was counting on this and he's like, oh, I'll find a blue card off those Brainstorm for sure.
Maybe he also didn't count the storm correctly and thought that Sean could have just paid for it. But even if he pays for it, then he can't make the Merit Lage that turn. So I'm not really sure. Or sorry, the Brainstorm is resolved. The life from Loam is resolving. Sean's gonna get Dark Depths, Wood of Foothills, and Thespian Stage. Or no, Wasteland. Okay.
How many people? 13?
We hey Ryan, we've got 13 for Legacy, 12 for Modern, and 20 for Pokemon. So with 25 Magic players, 20 Pokemon players, we got 45 people down there jamming card games tonight, and that's not including the people who are playing Commander casually and Force of Will casually. Got a big crowd.
I've been debating on getting into Force of Will. As much as I play Magic, I kind of want to just pay a Force of Will. Do the old Alan Shank, because he plays a lot of Force of Will too.
He plays Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Force of Will, and some of the LCGs.
Yep.
And Hearthstone.
Yep.
He's just the card game guy. Yeah, so we've got a ton of people working tonight. Me and Wyatt, of course. Ron's downstairs. Aaron, Seth, Sam Gorski. We've got everybody working tonight.
Little Gorski.
Yeah, little Gorski. All right, so here's Tarmogoyf. So AJ is making quite the clock, but he just needs. That was unintentional too. But he's gonna need another counterspell or two to keep Sean off of making that Marriage Laid as a blocker on his next turn. You know, it'd be great as a stifle. Oh. All right. So, but Sean has the Glacial Chasm though. I forgot about the Glacial Chasm. So it looks like AJ is going to wasteland the Glacial Chasm, but Sean's going to turn his Thespian Stage into a Glacial Chasm in response.
Should have wastelanded the Thespian Stage.
Yeah, probably.
Because then he can't Dark Depths combo. You only make that mistake once.
So Sean is at 14. We took 5 life off of Sean when we shouldn't because of the Glacial Chasm.
Alright.
We bad. Alright, so here's Dark Depths.
Here's Dark Depths. Oh, but even that's still really mediocre here. Like,
yeah.
It feels bad when your opponent can just be like, alright, I'll take 20. Yep.
Right, he can take 20 and then he can block with a Tomb Stalker. AJ needs to like draw like Wasteland to like get rid of that.
Glacial Chasm prevents you losing life, right? Just losing life.
I think so. Alright, but Sean's getting rid of the Glacial Chasm now to make a Merit Lage. This is getting interesting.
Pay 2 life at the beginning of your upkeep. Put an Age counter on this permanent. Sacrifice it unless you pay for each Age counter on it. When Glacial Chasm and for a second line. Creatures you control can't attack.
Okay.
Yep. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you.
So here's Punishing Fire taking out the Snapcaster Mage. So now we just have the 2/5 toughness creatures. Man, I feel like if Sean like rips a Maze of Ith, this game is over.
And I assume is that die to
that's the Merit Lage.
The die is the Merit Lage. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so Punishing Fire, Dark Depths, Sheltered Thicket. Attack for 20. If I'm AJ, I'm taking this real hard. I've never wanted to take 20 so hard. I mean, he has to take it to win because he needs these attackers. I'm not sure how he wins, but he doesn't win without that Tombstone.
He goes land, chase, bounce your.
Oh!
Or Liliana down tick.
Yeah, either would be good.
That'd be incredible.
That'd be great. Been there.
And then Sean's
looks like,
make another one.
It looks like AJ took it. He should be at 5 here. And now he's going to Life from Loam, find Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith, Glacial Chasm, Sheltered Thicket. That might be the Glacial Chasm in that Maze of Ith. That might be game there.
Well, the Glacial Chasm, keep in mind Sean can't attack now.
That's true. So he probably plays the Maze of Ith here. No, he's going to play the Glacial Chasm.
Well.
Yeah. And Ghost Court is gone. But AJ's just going to scoop him up.
Yeah, I mean, Sean has enough ways he can get rid of that Glacial Chasm.
Alright, I have a judge call. Be right back.
Alright. As we shuffle up for game 2. Though I don't know why I couldn't go down. I'm a judge too. Hurts me. Hurts me that they didn't trust me. Not really, though. Alright, so we're shuffling up for game 2. Don't really know the sideboard they bring in here. Once again, I don't play either of these decks, nor do either of these decks seem appealing. What's up, big man?
Ryan says when he goes down, I gotta come up.
Oh, okay.
So here I am.
Now we have Ron Davis up here in the booth.
Hey guys.
Getting ready, going into an exciting weekend here.
It's gonna be terrifying. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're right, probably.
Got AJ and Sean playing.
We do have
awesome.
AJ and Sean playing. Sean just won game 1. Let me get that fixed.
Job, Sean.
There we go.
Hey, Ryan left his phone up here. Should Should we do things?
I mean, I'm not opposed, but I'm not going to be the one doing them. Got it.
Boom.
And here comes Dad 2, and then Aaron's Dad 3, and your Dad 1.
So anyway, that's the story about Ryan. And oh, he's back. All right,
he's
great,
back.
great.
I'm not gonna make it to my 4-year anniversary. All right, so we're still sideboarding.
Yeah, we are. What was the judge call?
Can a stifle counter a Mother of Runes?
Activation ability or actually casting the mother?
The spell.
No.
Yes. All right. So, what is? Oh, okay, that's a proxy. I was like, is that a Lone Rider that AJ is sideboarding in?
Yes.
It's like,
Bring it
all
in.
right, sure.
Why not just like slip the piece of paper out and slide in the other paper?
Yeah.
Oh well. The world may never know. Just
The
like how
world-
many leaks to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
No one will ever know.
Oh, Mr. Owl. Lorraine, Commander gonna be firing tonight or not?
Yeah, there's people down there playing, and I know we've got, of course, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Ormsby, Mr. Claypole, Mr. Clock. Lots of people are going to be playing Commander.
There we go. I had to remember where I saw it.
I would love to play some Commander tonight, but I don't feel like it's going to happen for me personally. Lots of stuff to do to get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, we still need to figure out who's playing what on my team, and
That's
kind of important.
you know the formats though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We got. Or wait, what do you mean? The form? Who's
Like
playing
who-
what
like who-
format?
yeah, who's
we
playing-
don't know that either.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I would be tempted to just say Kazu's playing Legacy because that puts him in the middle.
But
But I know like he's on a heater with Modern. So.
exactly. Oh my gosh, these guys. What are you doing? I can go down.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, go.
slightly to the right now.
You gotta push it towards AJ, yeah. And then push the dice down a little bit.
Wait, push the camera towards AJ.
Yeah, the camera needs to go like towards AJ, just to the left a little.
All right. Boy.
Oh man. Alright guys. We will be right back.
How was it looking?
It's still a little crooked, but we'll fix it after this game. Alright, so AJ is on play, and he's going to lead with Deathrite Shaman. Sean really wants to play a Mox Diamond and kill this thing. Not with the Mox Diamond. Oh, Mox Diamond, discarding. I'm going to say Wasteland. Calling it.
Dark Depths.
Come on, Sean. Come on. Tabernacle. Ooh, that looks like a pretty real tabernacle.
That looks like a real tabernacle.
All right, I guess he got a tabernacle. All right, so Punishing Fire. No, Exploration. Land Punishing Fire. Bam.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
have
we're gonna
force
force.
piss that. Yeah, that's gone. That's out of there.
That usually is a pretty good target to Force of Will out of this deck. AJ's gonna fall down to 19. This is gonna give AJ a chance to eat that
Do you
tabernacle.
have to discard the card on Mox Diamond entering or on casting?
It's an ETB.
That'd be great if you could get like the 2-for-1 on like him discarding it and
Yeah.
force that. You know what feels real good though? When your opponent plays like one land and then plays two Mox Diamonds,
Oh.
and you get to Abrupt Decay and Reclamation Stage them in the same turn
Oh.
on turn 3.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Feels really good.
Ponder for AJ. I'd be like all about eating that tabernacle if it's at all feasible. I feel like get that card out of here.
Yep.
Yep. And it's gone.
And there's a Delver now.
Delva. I wonder if this Delver will flip
You know
off
what's
on
getting
my
me
funeral.
unbelievably tilted though about AJ's proxies?
What are that?
None of them are straight. Much like this camera right now.
Yeah, it's
Nothing is straight right now.
As soon as this game is over, first thing we're doing going down there is fix that camera. Ugh.
None of it's straight, and it's got me tilted.
Oh! You're on a tilt-o whirl. Dang. Alright. Punishing Fire kills Deathrite Shaman. Delver flips from a Daze, I believe, is what that was.
I wasn't. I was looking at the Four Horsemen group.
It was a little difficult to read anyway.
It's probably because it's all crooked right now.
It's so crooked. Just like the Crooked Man. AJ's gonna fetch out a Bayou.
No, there's a distinct, solid lack of Blood Moons on this board.
Him to Torok, which, yeah, we cool with that. Not my favorite card.
Blood Moon?
No.
I sadly had to buy some.
For the Vengevine.
For Vengevine. Like,
Yeah.
I felt so bad buying those. Like, whenever I was, like, asking for it, I was like, can I get 2 Blood Moon? Like, under my breath, can I get 2 Blood Moon?
You're
It's
like, I went in with a mustache and a trench coat. Him's gonna take out Ancient Tomb and Crop Rotation.
No, it was like in the cartoons. I went in and then I walked down and be like, oh, we're, left the store, then came back with everything different, acting like a different person. I need 2 blood.
Or like the guy who needs to buy prophylactics and he goes up to the counter and he's like, yeah, I'll take that magazine, I'm gonna take a pack of cigarettes, I need like 2 sodas, and I need some condoms, and I'll take one of these, one of those. So we're like, I'll take 4 Delvers, I need 4 Dazes, I need these Vengevines, I'll take those Blood Moons, and I should probably figure out what's going on with the game. Looks like Deathrite. Alright, so Punishing Fire. AJ cast a second Deathrite Shaman, but Sean has the Punishing Fire for that one as well.
The Mazavith.
And the Mazavith prevented the Insect Deliberation from dealing any damage.
I still like, oh man, Andrew's going to be a 20-20 swinging back.
Oof. Can you imagine if AJ attacked here and Sean said, nah, I won't maze you. And then he gets to make the Merit Laish.
Oh, he propagated the... Oh, I can go down with a judge call.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ron and I have never done anything like this before.
And people forget that I'm a judge.
Yeah, it happens. Alright. So
Playing the part.
Sean
Black
has,
Coding will be
Sean,
dominated.
shut up. Sean has just made a 2020 flying indestructible black avatar legendary creature named Merit Laish.
I believe we call that death from above.
We might be seeing a dead AJ.
No, we're going to see a smoking crater is what we're about to see.
They kick the camera and
I see that. And
yeah, where it's
a little,
painful. It's painful.
It's hard to watch.
No,
It
we're
really
as
is.
soon as this game is over, we're heading straight downstairs and
That's my OCD is going crazy right now.
Wyatt's first comment was he was so tilted.
Well, Wyatt is now in timeout. So last time that you had to go down for a judge call.
Looks like Sean has this one.
Oh yeah.
We will be right back, folks. We are going to put you guys on hold and we're gonna fix that camera. Yep.
Do we have like hold music?
No.
They messed up my coffee at the.
Hmm?
They didn't get. McDonald's neglected to put my coffee in the order.
What?
I know. Round 3, 4, 2, 0, 1, 0, 0. Matt Moore on Honest Magic. And,
Brain just sat down, so they need a minute.
yep. I was about to put them on blast, and I thought there were only 9 nugs in here, too. Write them a bad review. Not that, I mean, I know from experience of working in those places, they don't care about bad reviews, but
That McDonald's is actually one of the better ones.
I know. Which is why I'm shook
Mm-hmm.
that they forgot my iced coffee.
Oh yeah, we completely neglect to mute this like the entire night. Hey guys, what's up? White
We're
and I
back.
we're just munching. We'll get started with this match in just a second.
I'm throwing these nugs down as fast as I can.
Got him.
I'm a huge fan of Sean jumping in the chat to say got him after he won.
Disqualified for unsportsmanlike behavior. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the signal. You chat down for a minute on your mugs. They're just gonna play lanes anyway.
You're right.
That's not true, but all right. Got the timer rolling. Welcome to our round 3 feature match. We have some good interactive magic here. We got Brain Huffman on the left. He's playing Bug Delver versus Matt Moore on the right. He's playing Maverick. And turn 1 Underground Sea into Delver versus turn 1 Bayou into Deathrite Shaman. A tale as old as time. The 2 best 1-drop creatures ever printed.
Also why. Elvish Mystic is.
But here's a daze. So Brain says no to your Deathrite Shaman. And then flips the Delver off of Fatal Push. Ow. And then Wastelands the Bayou. And in true legacy, there's no permanent on the battlefield other than a Delver of Secrets. And it goes in for 3. This is beautiful.
No, it's not.
Now, see, if I were Matt, and if this were at a thing, like, I might almost just concede there so my opponent doesn't know what I'm on. But since Brains knows he's on Maverick anyway, it hardly matters. Alright, so Windswept Heath takes him down to 16, grabs a Savannah, plays Swords to Plowshares. Since there's no island in play, Brain can't daze that. And he's up to 23. Kicks it back to Brain. Brain has to find another threat. I think he has a Jason hand.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. We'll get the Facebook chat back up.
Brian, you've played quite a bit of Maverick, haven't you?
Quite a bit. In fact, I played it exclusively for 2 years, and have played it occasionally since. Another Wasteland or Savannah. All right, well, I'll just play out a Wasteland. Love it. I just love it. I've had so many people tell me I hate Legacy because it's just like a wasteland. Nobody has any lands. I'm like, yeah, but that's what's great about it. It's a beautiful thing.
And Brian won't play any lands until this Wasteland. It might be possible that Brian has 1 land left and he doesn't want to lose it.
Yeah. And since Matt had another land, he gets to play something and get ahead on board.
I just want Matt to resolve a big Night Over Reliquary.
I want him to play a mom and then just beat down because Brain won't play a land. That would be great. All right, here's Thalia though, which is essentially like just leaving that Wasteland untapped. So Brain will go.
Sweet Fatal Push, Brian.
He did draw an Underground Sea, so he has 2 now. Here's Thespian Stage, which I would totally copy that Wasteland. Right here. Oh, here's Mom. That's pretty good.
No,
I
I
think
like the Wasteland of the Underground Sea right now. You know he has the Fatal Push. Savior, Thalia.
I might have thought about wastelanding the Underground Sea pre-combat, moving through combat, and then casting Mother of Runes. That way Force isn't an option, because Brian will have to tap that Underground Sea, which he does need to do.
Do it, Brian.
Tap that.
Ah! I'm going to stop him.
Go get him. Go get him. All
There
right,
he
he
goes.
did it. He did
All
it.
right.
Never mind. Never mind.
All right, I'm gonna
Those guys. All right, Wyatt's going to take care of this, and I'm going to chow down too. I let Wyatt eat his nugs, so I'm going to eat my wrap. I'm going to put a wrap on this dinner.
I just got to talk a lot of smack on Brian. It was great.
So he didn't pay for that force?
No, he did.
Okay.
And Matt was like, why do you underestimate him? I was like, oh, you're right. He did win a Star City Games Open. And then he's like, can you just go upstairs? Give him the old teacher response, I don't know, can I?
Alright, so both players have gotten it out of their mana situations, though Brian does still need green. But I think what we're interested in here, I think if I'm Matt, I'm going to copy that Thespian state, or copy the Wasteland with the Thespian stage, Wasteland and Underground Sea, and then on my next turn Wasteland him again. That's what I would totally do it. I have been accused of getting Wasteland happy though. Yeah. Alright. So there's a Fetch 2 of Forest. Takes Matt down to 14. I mean, if he has a Knight of the Reliquary, he should probably just cast Knight of the Reliquary, but... Oh. What is this? What is this?
Collecting Company. Aw.
Green some for 3.
For a
Alright, so
Knight
Knight
of
of
the
the
Reliquary.
Reliquary. No days. Alright, Q. And that Knight is going to be...
Thick.
I think it's going to be a 6/6, but I can't be sure. Oh! Why'd you pay 3?
You might have decided midway through that he didn't want the knight.
Yeah, that I guess that's what happened. Now that Scrib Ranger is always the most under-respected card in this deck. But hello, main board Celis Persecution. What's going on? With the man, if he still had that Batter Skull, he could have played it. He could have used the Scrib Ranger to ramp. He may have just decided to get the Scrib Ranger because it's Pro Blue and he's playing against Delver. But
True.
and for one,
Still has a Fatal Push.
and for one, Brian goes to 19, then Matt's gonna play Stoneforge Mystic and get a GT. Scrib Ranger with a GT is one of my favorite win conditions, especially against Delver. And he's just going to go ahead and cast the GT. Which does open him up to Daze, but if Brian didn't Daze that Green Sun Zenith, he probably doesn't have it. Brian just has Abrupt Decay, him, something else. Alright, Waste. Yeah, so Brian just has to pass it back, because Matt has no cards in hand for the him. Matt's going to Wasteland him, equip, attack for 2, take Brian down to 17, put 2 counters on that GT. Love it. Just love on the GT, Matt. There we go. Just Maverick doing Maverick
Matt
things.
doesn't get to play often. Oh, he's got the days finally.
Yeah. All right, kick it back. Although Matt has enough mana here that he doesn't need to play anything into a Daze.
Green Sun Zenith. Is that in his hand?
I think so. Yeah, so he's
For
just
one.
gonna green some for 1. I feel like a Deathrite Shaman would be real nice right here. Although a Noble's good too because it gets him that Exalted trigger, so he can leave back the Stoneforge Mystic. It also advances his mana, of course, without eating any lands out of the graveyard.
Do we know what the other card in the match hand is?
I think it's a... No, I don't. I do not know what it is. And for 2, takes Brain down to 15, puts 2 more counters on that GT.
Just because I don't play Scuba Ranger. Scuba Ranger lets you bounce a land and replay it.
You have to
untap a creature.
bounce a forest.
Bounce a forest, so it's kind of like a Quarian Ranger, basically.
Yeah. It's really good. It lets you untap your Knight of the Reliquaries and your Mother of Runes to get multiple activations. So you can get both of your combo lands for Dark Depths in one turn. It does a lot of things. It's the best utility creature in the deck. Here's a Pride Mage. Here's a swing for 3. With, it looks like he might be pumping all the way.
I think they're counting damage to make sure that
he's not dead. Yeah. But she had 4, so that's 8 plus 3 is 11. So it's not lethal.
He's just going to present lethal for next turn, though.
Yeah, takes him down to 4. And now the GT doesn't even matter because he has the Pride Mage and the Stoneforge Mystic to attack with as well. Alright, he didn't pump all the way. He also left 2 counters.
No, he got 2 counters when it hit.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Might be. I know how this deck works, I swear.
Drew the land for the Abrupt Decay now.
Yep. I'm not sure the Abrupt Decay... I mean,
Takes
it
him
might
out of it.
save him for a turn. Alright, but Matt's just going to attack with the 1 creature. Well, because of the Exalted. So, this'll... Alright, so Brain will fetch down to 3. He'll get to Abrupt Decay the Scrib Ranger. Yep. And then Matt can either cast a spell or re-equip. We shall see. Alright, so put the GT on the Pride Mage.
On the guy that kills GTs.
How ironic. Pass. And, Brain drew a Tarmogoyf, which is pretty good. It blocks that Pride Mage. Though that Pride Mage will swing for 4, and he'll have the option of giving the Tarmogoyf -1/-1.
Or the Pride Mage +2/+2.
Yeah, which means, like, the Tarmogoyf just might end up being a chump blocker here.
Yep.
Here's the Thalia. Alright. And Brain didn't even
He's gonna
cast
respond.
Yeah.
Abrupt Decay.
Instead of casting the Tarmogoyf, which does seem better. So now the Thalia will resolve. And Matt will get to attack for 1, which will take Brain down to 2.
He'll attack for 2.
They'll attack for 2, which will take Brain down to 1. And Brain's just going to scoop it up there. Alright, so Maverick gets game 1 in the hands of Matthew Moore over Doug Delver with Brain the Huffman. Brian.
Yeah, because Matt could equip GT that turn.
Yep.
To it.
So on paper, this is a matchup that I like talking about. On paper,
Do tell.
Maverick is pretty favored. Not heavily favored, but fairly favored, because they're a heavy mana disruption deck where Delver plays a very greedy disruption deck. Maverick plays the best removal spells in the
Colors.
Obzon, so they play Swords to the Plowshares and Abrupt Decay, and Delver plays very light threat base. And it also plays big creatures like Knight of the Reliquary, which typically outweigh anything that Delver plays. So, like, on paper, this is a really good matchup for Maverick. However, in my experience, it's really more closer to even because Delver gets to play with Brainstorm and Ponder, and sometimes they keep a loose one and they dig themselves out of it with Ponder, whereas Maverick keeps the loose one and they just get pooped on.
Get dunked on.
Which I'm sure you can relate to as an Elves player. Though Elves is more redundant than Maverick is, but still, you sometimes when you're not playing blue, you keep that 1 lander and you never draw a land. Or
Yeah,
something.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, play about 1 land into a wasteland feels bad.
You keep a 1 lander and you don't have Ponder in your deck. They keep a 1 lander. They have Ponder in your deck. Sometimes that's just going to get you.
Yeah.
And it tends to get pretty good after sideboard 2 because you get to bring in your Zealous Persecutions, which it looks like Matt has at least 1 in the main board, and then you get any more removal spells. Also, equipment is generally really good against Delver, especially like Batterskull is pretty good here against the
Abrupt Decay.
Against the Abrupt Decay deck. It depends on like how many Gurmag Anglers Brain is playing, because Gurmag Angler can shut down a Batterskull. Although I have equipped Batterskull.
Tathalia?
I have equipped Batterskull to many creatures in Maverick multiple times, more so than I ever have playing Death and Taxes or Stoneblade.
I've equipped Batterskull. The one time I ever played Maverick, I was borrowing Brandon Sheets and I equipped a Batterskull to like a 9/9 Knight of the Reliquary.
Oh my!
And it felt really good.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good.
He conceded to it.
Oh yeah. I would have made you play it out just to say I got beat by that.
It was the night I was playing Red Green Vengevine in Legacy.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I can't beat that. I can't beat you gaining 13 life a turn.
Oh. I mean, not many decks can. Even like Storm, that'd be really hard for Storm to beat.
I'd have been dead at that point if they were playing Storm, though.
Probably, yeah. The Storm Maverick matchup is also really interesting. Like it's fine for Maverick if they don't kill you on turn 1 or turn 2 on the play. Like, because you have so many permanents that affect them, but you have to make it to your Thalia, Gaddock Teeg. You have to make it to your turn 2 to do it. Sometimes maybe you play Spirit of the Labyrinth or whatever. And then post-board, you know, Ethersworn Canonist, lots of cool stuff. Alright, so it looks like we're all done sideboarding. I imagine for Brain, he's just bringing in whatever removal spells. If he has anything in his sideboard that helps going along against fair decks like Light from the Loam or Jace or anything like that, he probably brought that in. Aside from that, it's probably just whatever removal spells he has. Although Toxic Deluge is an easy way to break the parity here, because Matt could be ahead, and if Rain gets to resolve a Toxic Deluge and like 3-for-1s him, then that can be game over too.
Best Toxic Deluge story I've had. I was playing Elves against Elliot Butcher. I remember this one very plainly. Against Elliot, he was playing Shardless. I natural ordered, got Progenitus.
Yeah.
After board.
He Toxic Deluge.
He Toxic Deluge for 10. He was like, well, I'm going to take 10 for Progenitus.
Yep.
Or I'm going to take 10 by killing Progenitus and my board.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, land, natural order, Progenitus back. And he was like, okay.
I've killed an Emrakul with a Toxic Deluge before. Alright, so Deathrite Shaman for Brain, Mom for Matt. Here's a push. If I were Matt, I'd be like, don't you be pushing my mom around.
No respect for his mom.
Although I guess it's better than plowing his mom. Alright, so second Deathrite Shaman in for 1 with the first one. Matt is at 19.
Well, there's a Wasteland in Brian's hand.
Yeah.
And is that a... What's the card on the far left? No.
I'm not sure. I didn't get a good look. Savannah for Matt. And swords on one of the Deathrites. So Brain will go up to 21.
And here comes the Dryad Arbor.
Yep. Seems fine. Makes the Wasteland in Brain's hand look worse. I mean, he'll still be happy to Wasteland the Dryad Arbor, but now it's not denying him too much.
Yep. Is that him?
That is him. That is an Eternal Master's hymn. So many artworks on him to tour off now.
I still like the wolf one. The wolf one's my favorite.
The wolf is my favorite art, but you can't get it in Japanese, so I have Japanese Eternal Masters ones. I wish you could have Japanese wolf ones. I might get them altered at some point.
Wolf, there it is.
Yeah, wolf, there it is.
Well,
no, I don't think he's watching anymore. He left the chat. Or he didn't leave the chat, but he's not active. Just a brainstorm.
To try to find Brian another Blacksmith so he can play the hymn.
What's your favorite brainstorm art?
Probably the Mercadian Mask ones. Like, I know it's the one, you know, the most popular one, but I really like it.
For me, it's the Masks one, but I think the dual deck / Eternal Masters one is a close second.
That one's fine too.
Yeah.
Anything but Ice Age.
The Ice Age one is awful. I'm sorry, 4874. I just can't get into the Ice Age brainstorm.
Nope.
No offense.
I know. Elliot plays those ones, or at least he used to. I was like, boy, will myself buy you some good ones.
Yeah, like let me spend $2 and get you A nice little set of Eternal Masters Brainstorms here. Alright, so Brainstorm, he has the fetch land for the perfect Brainstorm. Channeling Cedric Phillips there in that comment. Let no man ever say that Brian Huffman is not a methodical Magic player. Thinking through each move.
We never started the timer. Hey, oh man.
I think I started it, but I just need to refresh
it's
it.
not on there.
Yeah,
All right, we
you
good.
hit this to refresh it.
Yep. All right, we
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I was
you're
worried
fine.
about that.
Because the clock may very well matter in this match. Down
Makes
to 20.
sense. Oh wait, true name. They look good with a rush signature on them.
I just like a lot of original artworks, but that's all right.
Get this Eternal Masters nonsense out of here.
Yeah, back then they had no art direction. They just commissioned an artist and told him to go nuts. All right, so here's him to Torok. Matt has 4 in hand. Watch one be a Batterskull. It always happens. Always one of them is a Batterskull. All right.
Nope.
Stoneforge Mystic and Knight. Oh, that's rough. That's
Wah, wah.
in for 1. Brian likes to attack with those Deathray Shamans. Sword of Feast and Famine and Sully Pride Mage. I imagine you just have to take the sword there.
I think so.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet to be able to all right, sword equipped my Dryad Arbor.
Whoa!
That'd be great.
That would be great.
I'd be so happy.
Oh, and then it gets to untap when you attack with it. Oh, so he has like
It's like he's
vigilance.
playing elves.
Yeah. So Brian is now at 18 from that Thoughtseize.
Oh,
And Matt should be at 18 as well from 2 attacks from the... Or no, that wasn't an attack. That was a making black mana.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. So Matt is at 19, and now Brain is at 60.
Haha. Beat downs with the Dryad Arbor.
Is that a Delver or Jace? It's a Delver.
That's a Delver.
I mean, he did pay 1 for it, so that's good. All right, so here's Savannah, and here's
Thalia.
Thalia. Thalia!
Attack for 3.
Yep, I like it. Down to 13. Brain looked like he might have been in control of this game, but really it's just generating some 1-for-1s. He only had the 1 2-for-1 off of the him, so he's only 1 card up on Matt right now. And the board is almost at parity. Although Brian's threats are evasive.
Ryan's gaining 2 life.
Yep, up to 15. Alright, Delver
No
does not
flip.
flip. Delvers don't
It
flip
looks
against
like he-
Maverick. They don't.
It's another Delver and a land in hand for Brian.
Yeah. I mean, I guess unless you're playing towards the toxic deluge, you go ahead and throw that Delver out. Yeah.
Brian's gonna go ahead and equip that Delver of Secrets with a flip card, a checklist card.
I like it. Seems good. Or maybe he enchanted it.
He could have done that.
Yeah, it's an aura.
When's the next Brew Night here? Because
Uh,
normally it would have been tonight.
It normally would have been, but not because of Eternal Festival, so we'll probably do one next week or something.
All right, you're gonna love what I have to bring in.
Nice.
We're bringing back Red Green Descent of the Dragons.
Oh, yeah. Do it. Scrib Ranger's the draw. Matt's just going to attack for 3 and take Brian down to 12.
It's kind of rough though, because Brian's gonna be able to negate two. Oh my gosh, no flip again. Brian's feeling real bad.
They don't flip against Maverick.
2 lands in hand for Brian.
Did Matt... Oh, okay, so he's waiting to flash that Scrib Ranger in into turn, it looks like. No? He's
No.
just not going to... Okay, that's fair. He's in an okay position, so
He's
that's
gonna
fine.
wait and probably see if he can get a block on a Delver. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Maybe Matt's gonna swing out here, and then Brain will get frustrated and just attack with 2/1/1 Delvers, and he'll get got it.
haha, surprise.
All right,
Or just attack with a 3/3 again.
Yep.
That seems fine.
up to 17, down to 14, and kicks it back.
Hey, oh man, Fatal Push. Wah wah.
Fatal Push. Why are you so good? All right, in for 6.
Well, I feel like it's still fine if Matt wants to flash in the Skib Ranger and block.
I would definitely
Because Brian's not going to kill the Skib Ranger because he has to get. I feel, or maybe not, because Thalia's not that big a deal because he has another land in hand. Fifth land.
I see zero reason, not to just play the Script Ranger in there. Like, it saves you 3 damage, it gets you another creature on board. I mean, I guess you're not playing around Daze, but he only has 1 card in hand you don't know about.
I feel like you should know that the last card in hand is a land because he went 3 turns without revealing anything to it.
Yeah. Delver.
Yep.
I think I also would have preferred an attack with both creatures there. Because that
It's not like they're gonna block the.
yeah, they're not gonna block the Insectal Aberrations, and it gets you 1 more damage. But I'm all about casting the Scrib Ranger now. Go Scrib Ranger, block that guy.
No, don't do it, Matt. It's a trap.
Maybe
It's
he
a
may
trap.
have an ultimate plan that we just don't see. It's gonna unfold, and he's gonna destroy Brain, and we're gonna be like, we were fools.
Insert Overwatch text. My ultimate is ready.
My ultimate, the Scrib Ranger. I love it. The Wastelands aren't awful, but they're not wonderful.
Not right now. Not whenever.
Alright, another attack for 3.
Old Brain Muffman is. Maybe he's trying to bait out the Fatal Push to take out the.
The Pride Mage, and then cast the Scrib Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a line. I guess Brian's just not going to cast the Fatal Push till he has to. So he's going to take it and go down to 8.
Which is fine. Like,
Yeah,
safe.
that's fine.
He's playing it
Like
safe.
he's winning the race. So we might as well save your spells until bad things happen. Also probably just save the Fatal Push and float it.
Oh my gosh! You know what I like here?
He's at 8 right, not 11.
If for some reason, like, never mind. We're gonna see the Wastelands here. Taking out 2 black sources.
Yep. Imagine he's gonna float a black and maybe he'll Fatal Push something here. Yep, so life totals have been adjusted. Brian might want to use his mana now. I don't know if he floated it or not. That's probably what he was thinking about. Alright. So Brian is at 8. Matt has 5 on board. I feel like if he would have attacked with Thalia those 2 times, like he might be winning this game.
Matt, what are you doing with the Script Ranger?
Yeah, also the Scrib Ranger could have been attacking as well, or blocking, and he wouldn't be at 1. I don't know what the plan is. I missed a strat meeting. Like, I'm just not in on the strategy. Alright, so Brian's looking at his other cards in hand. It's Bayou. And he's just going to kick it back. He doesn't have to do any... He just wants to save this Fatal Push for a flying blocker. I guess, because Matt's, like, best way to get out of this is, like, swords one of your Delvers and then play a flying blocker. And so Brian just has to hang on to this Fatal Push. Like, which is good discipline, like, because I would have been real tempted to play it there when Matt wastelanded me, because I'm always just thinking about being mana efficient. Okay, so Brian takes game number 2. So that ties it up, and we get to see game number 3 with about 23 minutes left on the clock. Which is, I generally expect to see 3 games in this matchup because it's super interactive. There's a lot of back and forth, people junding each other and whatnot.
Let's go, Matt. I'm not taking sides here. I
will
prefer the non-blue side.
I do too, but I'm going to do my best to remain neutral. Dr. Baron von Brian Huffman over here, supervillain of the century. Reset your dice. If you've been living under a rock, you may not have heard that we're doing a little bit of a thing this weekend.
And your name might also be Patrick Starr.
Might also be Patrick Starr. And if your neighbor's name is SpongeBob, we're...
Actually, Patrick's neighbor is Squidward.
Okay, you're right. It's because he lives in between them.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I haven't actually watched a lot of SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. It says a lot about me. So we here at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming are running our own little mini Eternal weekend called the Eternal Fest, where we've got 3 days worth of events. Day 1 is underway right now. We have our Proxy Legacy Friday night event plus our Friday Night Magic Modern event going on right now with tons of players. Our gaming area is basically full tonight. Lots of players. And then tomorrow, we've got the Team Eternal Championships at 11. That's Modern, Proxy Legacy, and Proxy Vintage. I cannot wait to do a meta breakdown on that and post that at the end of the day. I think it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see like all the decks and what people chose to play together.
I was more fixated on how to make a terrible joke there, and then I just didn't.
It's fine.
I mean, I had one, but then I was like, well, it's probably not safe for camera, so we're just not
So,
going
well,
to.
you tell me later.
All right.
We also have Eternal Masters Draft at 3, Standard Showdown at 5, which is free, and a Modern Side event at 7 o'clock. And we'll talk a little bit more about Sunday events later. Looks like our players are just about ready. Mr. Huffman may be in the middle of a mulligan here.
Old brand muffin.
Old brand muffin. Or he may just be taking a little bit longer to shuffle.
In typical Brian fashion, inside joke, Brian goes to time all the time.
As a man who's judged events for him for the past 4 years, I can testify.
Yeah.
But I'm not slow.
There goes Brian. Going to time again.
You know,
Okay.
I don't like the brand muffin nickname because those make you regular. Well, I guess he's consistent in going to time. We kid because we love. All right, so
No, we kid because I like talking smack on people.
God. All right, so Brian has presented and he's drawing his. No, it looks like he did
6.
mulligan. Yeah, he did mulligan. It looks like Matt is on 7.
Looks like a trot, but a lot of black cards and no way to find them.
I mean, it's tempting to keep that with the brainstorm.
I think the card on the far left is a fetch, though.
If it's a fetch, it's a keeper. All right, he's going to scry to the top.
Keeper Rooney.
I want to see if that's a fetch.
I think it is.
Okay. All right, Mom's good.
Mom's about to get pushed, though.
Oh, and he knew that Verdant Catacombs was on top. Ugh. All right. So Brian's down to 19. Poor Mama.
No respect.
Mamma mia. Here we go again.
Mom.
Bam. All right. Matt will join Brian at the life total of 19. Look, probably getting a forest here in this wasteland matchup. Nope. He feels like he needs the black mana. Might have Abrupt Decay in hand. Could have Zealous Persecution in hand. Thoughtseize if he brought that in. There's a Death
That's
Ratio.
right.
Yep.
Or he wants the black and green.
Yep.
I think there's another Fatal Push, though, in Brian's hand.
Ugh. Fatal Push. Does
Oh,
things.
it's
Here's
him.
him to Torok.
Yep, and the card on the far left was another fetch that I thought he had.
Yep. So it looks like nobody's getting screwed out of this game. We're gonna see a real game of Magic, which is, is what I prefer. As a Legacy player, I do like on occasion to see somebody just get wastelanded straight out of a game. Just like, all right,
You
like
should have watched me and Russ Morehouse play some games earlier.
not from lands. I don't enjoy it so much from lands.
He was like, yeah, I could have made Merit Lage 5 turns ago, but I just wanted to make sure you had no basics left.
I
was
mean,
like,
that's fair.
Cool,
I'd
thanks,
probably
dude.
do the same thing. All right, so Matt discards 2 lands, and he actually has a 3rd land in the form of Wasteland. He's going to take out that Underground Sea, and then he's going to go ahead and eat something and take Brian down to 16. I'm not sure what he ate. They moved a little quickly.
Maybe probably the him. I see the
Yeah,
Fatal Push still there.
Yeah, I think it was the him. Okay, so here's Ponder was the draw for Brian.
Brian's gonna take a moment to ponder this play.
Oh. Have a little bit of a brainstorming session. Tropical Island.
That Liliana in hand.
Yeah.
Not gonna be able to cast it yet.
Nope. He's just going to pass it back. Not.
Let's go Honest Magic.
He declines to cast the Ponder
Oh my
or
gosh.
the.
Please play
Tarmogoyf.
Knight. Please play Knight of the Reliquary.
Night.
Night.
KOTR. Knight of the Reliquary. Yes, you are. Oh, he can even play around days.
Boy. Do it. Do it, Matt. Play the knight that you're. Be the knight that you're always meant to be.
That knight will be an 8/8. Or, no, 7/7. Go. Go, Knight of the Reliquary.
Do it.
Deploy.
Do it.
Deploy! Because it's not even a knight.
I don't think it's a knight in his hand, but.
I see a Green Sun Zenith. He could Green Sun for a knight.
Could Green Sun get the knight?
Yeah?
Do
No!
No, you're graveyard. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I swear he cannot hear us. All right, Green Sun for 3. Brink could brainstorm. Yes, he's gonna brainstorm. If he may not force,
Decay, land,
but a daze would. All right, no days.
No days. And a death rate. But he did find an abrupt decay.
Yeah, which will kill the knight. Unfortunately, but that will take most of a turn.
Wah wah.
Yeah. I'd love to see that knight fetch up a Thespian stage in a Dark Depths and just go to town here.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
Not really though, but
When Ron was up here, I told him about Sean making a 2020 Flying Indestructible, and he's like, "That's a thing? People do that? Because you start at 20, right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, boy,
One hit. Can you imagine if they made Merit Lage in 1919?
that'd be great.
It'd be more fair. Great. He'd still be a one-hit kill most of the time. Okay.
Did you watch any of the Star City Games Richmond coverage aside from like the finals probably?
I actually haven't even watched Kazu's matches yet, but I do. I will. I intend to.
Because I wasn't even gonna mention those.
Mhm.
I was gonna say more about the guy who was at the event. Did you see about the guy who played Mono White, like Soul Sisters at that event?
No.
On day one.
No.
There was a guy on day one.
Oh, the Martyr deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started
Thomas
out-
told me about that.
Yeah, started out at 9-0
Yeah.
and then didn't make top 8.
Yeah. Thomas messaged me. He was super pumped, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I the entire car ride home, I was like, sigh. Thomas is gonna be so hype about this. We're never gonna hear the end. But then Sweet Justice was served, and Soul Sisters didn't make top 8.
It's not my least favorite deck. It's not my favorite deck. All right, so here's Ponder. Matt did indeed find a Knight of the Reliquary, the beautiful dual deck. We need to get our Twitch chat back up. Sorry, guys. Our Twitch chat managed to get minimized for some reason. That is true name. One pointed out it's possible Matt forgot that Scrib Ranger was protection from blue, which there are a lot of words on Scrib Ranger, so that's possible.
Or Matt's just a chump sometimes.
Oh, man. Alright, so Brian is finishing up this Ponder.
He's pondering what to do right now. What order do I put him in? Do I shuffle?
There's
Although he's spending a lot of time figuring out what order if he's just gonna shuffle. So
you cannot say that Brian is not thorough. Alright. Ponder resolves, puts
I
it
can
back.
say that because one time he wasn't thorough against me in a top 8, and it cost him the game.
We all make mistakes.
He gave me my one opening, and I took it, and he lost the game because
Oh,
of
is that the scavenging ooze incident?
No, because I was playing. Yes, it was. It was the scavenging news in the GPT.
Yep.
And
Thalia Heretic Cathar, you say?
Yeah. Boy.
All right, attack for 1. I like this. So now Brian's creatures and non-basic lands will enter the battlefield tapped.
These fetch lands are gonna be really bad now.
Yeah, fetch lands are with 0 basics. And he drew a Jace. He had a Jace there to play too. So he's not gonna be playing that Jace till at least next. No, he won't be playing it for 2
more turns.
Yeah.
Unless he gets.
He can fetch. He can fetch and it'll untap. He'll get to play next turn.
No, he won't. He can't fetch. You have to tap it to fetch.
Oh yeah, my bad. So yeah, 2 more turns. 2 more turns. This is. Ooh. I don't know if we're gonna be able to stream a 4th round after this because I'm getting the chills from this one. It looks like. Did they put their cards down for some reason?
I think Brian's being thorough and thinking.
Okay. You and the iced tea tonight.
Unless you want me to run down and check.
No.
No, their cards are down for a while. Unless Brian's really thinking hard right now.
Yeah, you went down last time. I'll see what's
All
up.
right.
Oh, no. All right, we're good.
They're resuming play.
All right. Play has been resumed.
Oh, he's gonna play as Liliana he has in hand though.
This is hard, like, because Deathrite Shaman is so good, but the Thalia is
Thalia is really important here, I think.
I think you have to keep the Thalia.
And then you kill
Liliana. Yeah. This is.
A spicy meatball.
It is very much a spicy meatball.
Oh, never mind. Here's an abrupt decay.
Attack for 3.
Get out of here.
So Brian is down to 12.
Is that
I
a
think-
bog?
Or 11. We must have fetch. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Gurmag Angler, what? So I was gonna say maybe like hanging on to that abrupt decay in case Brian plays a Tarmogoyf, but
Doesn't matter now.
yeah, because Matt only has land creature
yeah.
instant, so
Yep.
it's only 3/4 from Matt's graveyard, but still that's bigger than the Thalia. Okay, yeah. See that? I think I would have just attacked that Liliana and held on to the abrupt decay.
Hey, they come in tapped.
They do. Like he gets to
Oh,
crack.
Jite.
Oh my gosh! Yes! Trigger. Make him move the die.
Oh, wait, but he can just play Jace next turn and bounce it.
Yeah.
Boo.
No, Not if he kills the Deathrite Shaman
No,
right
he can
now.
play the land. He can fetch at the end of Matt's turn
Okay, yeah.
and then get the land and it comes untapped.
All right, so Deathrite Shaman down. Now, but he
Yes!
didn't fetch. He didn't fetch. He can't play Jace.
Dummy. Just kidding, Brian.
You're not a dummy.
You're not a dummy. I just like talking crap on you.
All right, down to 8. So fetch down to 7. It'll come into play tapped, which Brian might have forgotten about.
Brian might have
I
just
think
now
he
realized
just realized it. Yeah. No.
Nope.
No, it's tapped. Go ahead. I know you want to.
Yes. Oh, there goes Matt.
No, Matt's-
reminding him right now.
Yep. And I think Brian is just now realizing that his plan is
Foil.
just like my grandmother's priceless hand-woven scarf. It has been unraveled. All right. So here's Ponder. I'm
resolved.
looking for Abrupt Decay. We got Leovold and 2 other cards.
Leovold seems fine though.
Maelstrom Pulse, was that? Alright. Draws Ponder. Casts it. Deathrite Shaman, Leovold, Tarmogoyf. Which, these cards are all good, but they're going to enter the battlefield tapped, and if Matt, like, rips an Abrupt Decay or Swords to Plowshares here, I really like his spot. We also have to keep in mind the clock is counting down. All right, so here's Deathrite Shaman in play tapped. And also, Matt's at 18, so Brian has a long way to go. If this is a removal spell for that Goyf,
Please be a removal spell for that.
especially an Abrupt Decay. I'm guessing it's not, because I probably would just slam down that Abrupt Decay, like, right there. We need a Goyf count. I think it's at least a 4 or 5. Yeah, this is a 4. 4 power. He just has to pass back, yeah.
All right.
And now he can cast Jace. Bounce the Thalia. And now it looks like Matt's scarf has begun to unravel. Attack for 5.
My how the turn tables.
Take Matt down to 13. And I gotta say, like, if that Thalia was in front of me, I would have followed her into battle. I would have picked up a sword and gone in right behind her.
I mean, Matt can still just play Thalia and equip again.
He can also get a Dryad Arbor now, too, off the...
Yep. Yes, you can.
And ambushing, like fetching Dryad Arbor at the end of Brian's turn after he's attacked out, and then like equipping and attacking the Jace. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know either, but I'm
Tell them we're not buying anything.
I'm not buying anything or selling.
Alright, so Matt's in the tank. He's going to go ahead and fetch. Go down to 12. Savannah. This is Green Sun for 2. I think I'm not sure what we're looking at getting right here. It's a little late for Teague. Oh, he's just getting Scrib Ranger. Pro Blue, it can't get bounced. Yes, okay. I like that. So you get Scrib Ranger. Can't get bounced. He gets to equip this turn. And then he can replay the Thalia on his next turn. Alright, where there's a will, there's a way. Brian doesn't have an obvious line anymore since he can't bounce, so he's just going to brainstorm. Gets a Fatal Push and 2 lands, but that Fatal Push is probably exactly what the doctor ordered. That's not looking good. So Matt Greensun for a Scrib Ranger, which can't be bounced by Jace. Equipped it, but Brian brainstormed and found a Fatal Push.
Well, Brian. Okay.
Okay. Ryan, why don't you go ride a train with Stewie and sing a song?
Here's a judge question about Flicker Whispering and Piling Needle.
You get to choose a new card.
Yep.
Yep.
I had to make sure, read the Piling Needle, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you get to name a new card, but let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, you can.
Indeed. Alright, so it looks like we're still resolving the brainstorm off the Jace. Yep. All right. So that's good. He put the 2 lands he drew back. He gets to play the Misty. He's gonna shuffle away those 2 lands. Gonna
boo Brian.
Fatal Push
Boo Brian Huffman.
immediately. Yeah. All right. He's
Boo.
pushing that Ranger around just like Yogi Bear. Brian Huffman's Yogi Bear pushing around Rangers. Attack with the Tarmogoyf, which is still 4/5.
Boo.
Takes
I'm
him
gonna
at
be
2/8.
booing. Boo.
Oh, so he's Yogi and you're Boo Boo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I am.
Oh. God, this commentary is so bad.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so he kicks it back to Matt. Oh, yeah, and he follows it up with the Leovold. This is not looking so hot.
Did he draw swords?
I
Or not
don't
swords, but a sword.
Possibly. So it looks, that's the converter. So here's Thalia.
He's Thalia.
And
Oh my
oh
gosh,
my
Matt.
gosh.
And there's the sword now. But
Matt Moore. Well, I don't know what the life levels are.
I'm so tilted now. He fetched, so he lost 1 life. Brian's at 6.
I can't even. Okay, Brian's at 6.
Joke's on you because both our life totals are even.
Oh.
Tarmogoyf's power is even, and Jace is at 2.
Deathrite Shaman's going to eat something at the end of Matt's turn, taking him down to 6. Untap Deathrite Shaman to eat something. If Brian attacks with Goyf and Leovold, Matt has to block 1, and then he can be at 1 life, but he'll also get 2 counters on that. Oh, he can bounce. So that bounce and attack, and that's the game. Brian Huffman takes this one 2-1. I gotta say, that was a great match, though. I enjoyed every second of it. And now we're gonna go fix this camera again. We'll see you guys for round 4.
It was a roller coaster ride of emotions there.
Oh! afternoon. Boom. We are back. We got Troy Taylor on the left playing Sneaky Show versus Matt Moore returning with the Mavericks. Looks like
Honest Magic, actually.
all the honest magic. Looks like Troy led on Volcanic Island. Here's an ancient tomb, and here is a show and tell. And it resolves. Troy's gonna put his in face down, and Matt's gonna throw his cards. I don't know. We'll find out. Omniscience, Grizzlebrand, or Emrakul. Call it.
Grizzlebrand.
I'm gonna say Emrakul. All right, here we go. Mom versus Emrakul. We'll see who wins this battle. Lotus Petal.
Well, rats.
Well, rats. Okay. Verdant Catacombs. Let's see if that's good enough. Often a Verdant Catacombs isn't enough to beat an Emrakul on its own. Alright, so Troy is at 18 from that ancient tomb.
Sorry, Matt, if we put you on here and you get...
Put you on the spot.
We did. Sorry that you had to run up against the turn 2 Emrakul. No hard feelings, but...
He has that Lotus Petal. I wonder if he could have... I assume he couldn't have done it turn 1. I'm sure if he would have been able to, he would have. He probably drew either the Ancient Tomb or the Lotus Petal for his turn 2 draw. Because who doesn't want to make a turn 1 Emrakul on camera?
Me.
I mean, like...
Although my favorite thing against playing...
Alright, yeah.
about playing against an Emrakul. Not gonna talk about who it was exactly, because I don't want their reputation to be tarnished.
Yeah.
But I played against somebody playing Sneak and Show, and I was playing Dredge that night. And they go, all right, Sneak and Show, Show and Tell. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Emrakul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. All right, so I win? No. You still have to attack me with it. You still have to attack me, and even still, I'm not dead. Oh. All right. So what do I do now? You pass the turn. Oh. Had no idea what to do after an Emrakul comes into play. Like, it was dumb, like, just maybe used to people conceding. I was like, all right, cool, man. You have an Emrakul.
Okay, unmute the mic.
And I was like, all right, well, I can still untap Dredge and, like, kill you.
We were all new to our decks at one point or another. And in that person's defense, I'm sure a lot of people do concede to Emrakuls.
To the Emrakul.
As Matt just did, rightfully so. I don't think there's a way to come back from that in the slightest. All right, so everybody's sideboarding. Matt's looking for some hate bears. He's getting rid of some bad cards. Troy's probably, if he has, like, Pyroclasm or Kozilek's Return, something like that, he's boarding that in. But you probably...
Go Containment Priest.
Yeah. Containment Priest is real good in this matchup. Troy casually takes... Yep, there's that Kozilek's Return. You wanna bring that in, Troy. Sudden Shock's okay. Blood Moon's meh. It's fine. All His Dust is meh. I think you definitely want that Kozilek's Return.
No, you don't.
He's like, I don't need it. I don't need it.
I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
Might be my favorite legacy story of all time.
All right, let's hear it.
Sneak and Show player.
Okay.
Turn 1 on the play.
Okay.
Goes Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Show and Tell. Puts an Emrakul in. His opponent puts on Aluren and then kills him.
Yes!
Alright, Aluren. Recruiter. Put the chain out, kill you. That was the best.
All right, I can get behind that.
And there's also the Ant player who is playing against Checkpile, and his opponent had a Leovold, and he couldn't get Hellbent for a tutor.
All right.
But then he figured it out. At the end of his opponent's turn, he brainstormed, so he'd have to put cards back, and that... no, it was on his turn. He brainstormed so he could put 2 cards back, kept the tutor, cast the tutor, and that let him win. Because he didn't have any other way to get Hellbent.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. Legacy's fun. Alright, so...
No!
Matt, looks like Matt's going down to 6. Troy also has a bunch of Invocation proxies, though his are colored. I'm actually having an issue. Is that a... I'm not sure what his cards are. Okay, so I'm guessing that's a Daze. That one right there. There's a sneak attack.
Because Daze is the one that you with the birds.
All right, so here's Thoughtseize. We're gonna see 3 lands. An invocation, sneak attack, Lotus Petal, Cunning Wish. All right, Matt, show us.
Lotus
Petal, Cunning Wish. 3 lands, sneak attack. Is it Spell Pierce?
Yes.
Okay, it's Spell
that was the one I was thinking it was. Yeah,
All right.
Spell Pierce.
So he's going to go ahead and write those down. We'll go ahead and take Matt down to 18 so we don't forget. I'm not sure what you take here because there's 2 pieces of business, Sneak Attack and Cunning Wish. And the Cunning Wish could get a show and tell, of course. And you don't really want to take a Lotus Petal, and taking the Spell Pierce isn't great, so I guess you have to take one of the 2 pieces of business. Of course, that just leaves the other one. I guess Sneak Attack. You're more often able to beat a show and tell than a Sneak Attack as the Maverick player. So, good guy. Troy Taylor's going to leave that up. Draws Omniscience for the turn. All right, so here's Volcanic Island, Lotus Petal, and playing out the Lotus Petal against the Thalia deck is very smart.
All right, let's go turn to Containment Priest. Nope.
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 All right, here's
there's a
Wasteland.
Volk. Rip Volk.
Yep. Thoughtseize?
Get him.
Nope. Okay.
Just passing.
I'm not sure when Matt got those signed Lorwyn Thoughtseizes. That was nice. Pluto Delta go. And what's Swept Teeth?
All right.
Down to 17.
17.
You expect to see Containment Priest here?
I hope. I want to see this Containment Priest.
Don't even flash it in. Just play it. Just like main phase. Here you go. Here's a Containment Priest.
Don't play around. Don't. Yeah.
Or could
Jam it.
Could be Thalia.
Thalia Heretic Cathar seems great against.
Against straight shuts down Sneak Attack.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to kill it, or Sneak Attack does nothing. Although I guess you can put Grizzlebrand into play and draw a card.
7.
Yeah, but then you don't get to gain 7. So
don't get these gains, bro.
No gains. All right, so Matt does one of my favorite plays in all of Magic: is play a fetch land, crack it, look at your cards, pass.
Say go.
Say go. Drive your opponent crazy. Troy's also going to fetch down to 19. Gets a basic island since he has seen the wasteland.
Ha! This is where Matt goes, gotcha, and then like I don't even know what he hits him with, but
High beat drop game in 429.
it's a boy.
I don't know who you are. I'm sorry if I should. Okay, so Troy's just gonna play the second Pluto Delta out his hand, kick it back. We're having a
Thalia.
Thalia. Thalia.
Cunning Wish is
2 and a blue. Exile Cunning Wish.
is it instant or sorcery?
It's sorcery.
Okay.
Or no, it's instant. Burning Wish
Burning Wish is sorcery.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we had that rad sale. Even though I know Burning Wishes aren't much, I picked up 2 Burning Wishes out of the 50-cent bin for 25 cents today, and I felt
Nice.
I was like, or no,
Yeah.
I got a play set of Burning Wishes for 25 cents each. And I was
Nice.
like,
I mean, I can see you playing Storm at some point, maybe. Tess gets played in Belcher. I've seen some weird lands variants that are playing Burning Wish. It's a little odd because it gives you like 7 life from worms. I think it's playing Burning Wish over Gamble. It's different. All right, here's Knight. Thalia into Knight. Attack for 2.
or it gives you a Punishing Flame out of the board
Yep.
when you need it.
Punishing Fire is an instant.
Or, well, oh, does Cunning Wish not get you an instant?
No, we're talking about Burning Wish.
Or that's what I mean. Yeah,
Burning Wish is sorcery.
sorcery only.
Yeah, sorcery only.
Whack.
The only one that gets you 2 is Living Wish, the best wish, which gets you a creature or a land.
Yeah, boy. Oh, man. Stupid Discord chat I'm in. Oh, well.
Alright, so getting a mountain, and with the Lotus Petal. So here's Cunning Wish for 4 mana. Intuition is going to be the selection for Troy Taylor. That's interesting. We don't see Intuition get played a lot in Legacy anymore. It used to get played a lot.
I don't play these blue cards, so I'm looking up what to make
Intuition, you search your library for 3 cards. Your opponent chooses 2 go into your graveyard, 1
one
goes
to go
in
in
your
your hand.
Yeah. So it used to get played in Sneak. Well, obviously it still does sometimes, but it used to be played a lot in Sneak and Show, and you just go get 3 Emrakuls or 3 Show and Tells.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like a 3-mana Demonic Tutor
Okay.
in those instances. Now there's decks that do trickier things with it, like the Bug Lands deck that made top 16 at Vegas would get like, 2 Wastelands and a Life from the Loam or whatever, or a Snapcaster Mage and 2 Fatal Pushes, or it's a cool card. It's a little slow though. All right, so that Knight's a 4/4.
Yes.
Thoughtseize Wasteland, Windswept Heath.
Alright. Let's go. Honest Magic. Play a Thalia Heretic Cathar. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Can't spell pierce a Thalia Heretic Cathar.
Booty. That was just me knocking my old drink cup over.
Be alright. Alright, so here's a swing for 6. Troy goes down to 9. Save. Matt, do you have a follow-up play?
Boy, do I. Although I do see a sword in his hand.
Yeah, he has a sword, so he's got a Grizzlebrand covered, although there's still
Oh,
that
there's a
spell
ranger.
Oh yeah. Play the ranger. You get to bounce a land, replay the land, untap the knight. Go get a Dark Depths. Oh man.
Oh, he's thinking it through too.
Oh man.
Yeah, boy, do it.
All right, so here's. Okay, he's not. He can't make the Merit Lage, so he might as well just do it at the end of Troy's turn in case there's a Pyroclasm or something. All right, so here's 2-mana Preordain, the worst kind of Preordain.
Let's say a Forceful Island on top for our young Mr. Taylor.
Yeah. So Matt can just swing in the Scrib Ranger, untap the Knight, sack the forest he doesn't untap, go get Dark Depths, and then then he will actually need 1 more Mana Source on his next turn to make the Merit Lage. So untap. You have to bounce a forest. So he's bouncing the Savannah.
He's just assuming that the Skib Ranger is going to resolve.
Well, who would counter a silly little 1/1 2-mana 1/1 flyer? All right, so sack the Bayou.
Now we'll have a 5/5.
Yeah, which is almost lethal on its own. Which honestly, he might just activate the Knight again before pre-combat, use the Scrib Ranger to untap it, and then it'll be a 6/6, and then with the Thalia and the Scrib Ranger, that's 9.
Oh,
Yeah, the Wasteland. That'll do it too. You can just target yourself with the Wasteland.
And push lethal this turn.
Yeah, so you can just Wasteland can just target itself. You might as well see what you draw first. There's no reason to.
Or Wasteland targets your other land, and you put a bunch of lands in the yard and make your Knight lethal.
On its own.
Yep.
Yeah. In case he has like Chain of Vapors or something.
So Knight's like a 5/5, so 5, 7, 8 power right now. So he just needs to put 1 more power in.
Yeah.
So.
All he has to do is sack the Wasteland.
Yeah.
Unless Troy has like a bounce spell or something.
I'm just gonna do that in this attack here.
For future reference, you can target your own Wasteland with a Wasteland. Because you choose targets before you pay costs. But regardless, Matt takes game 2 and we are moving on to game 3. Matt will not lose in 2 games on this camera. He refuses. As he should. Boom. Alright, so this will be our final game of the night. We will be back Sunday with more Legacy coverage. We announced earlier, our Team Eternal event is tomorrow. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to stream that and have it adequately staffed for judges. So we will be streaming again on Sunday with the Legacy Championships. I'll be up in the booth. Ryan Wolf will be in the booth. We might have Wyatt in the booth a little bit as well.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the No Bandless Modern at 3, but
So we'll have you till then. So the three of us can rotate. That way no two people are up here the whole time. So you can definitely tune in Sunday at 11, and we will have some more Legacy action, which I'm super excited for. And maybe if we finish up Legacy before the No Bandless Modern ends, we'll stream some No Bandless Modern too.
I can get behind that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody can
Throw
get
some
behind that.
Hypergenesis in.
It's gonna be a little embarrassing if more people show up from No Bandless Modern than do for Legacy. Whoops.
I'm so excited to play that No Bandless Modern. Like, I've been playing around with some different sideboard cards.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna build a deck for Matt. It's gonna be a spicy meatball.
I heard about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You
All
know
right.
what?
Go ahead.
So I've been. The one thing I realized the last time I played the No Ban list was how hard creature matchups were whenever I'm playing Hypergenesis. So
Yeah.
then, like, I was like, you know, what card seems really great against creature matchups. Just a big worm. This black and gives all creatures my opponents control -2/-2.
Massacre Worm.
Yep.
That guy wrecked me in Standard every time it was cast, because the only two decks I play competitively that Standard were Humans and Pod. It was just like, oh god. All
I
right.
just want to like put Massacre Worm into play.
Looks like we're still sideboarding. I thought maybe we're not. Troy just pulled an Intuition out of his deck and set it aside, so maybe.
Oh yeah, because he probably shuffled it in after he pulled out his sideboard.
Oh, okay.
From
yeah,
the
yeah,
Wish.
Yeah, that's right. That was smart. I probably would have played with it in my deck. I probably would have never realized.
And then I cast the Cunning Witch, like, yo, where's my intuition?
Where's my Intuition? Can I search my library for my Intuition opponent, please? All right, so he's gonna go ahead and fetch, get a basic island. Very, very smart
That's
to
too
lead
nice
on the
a guy to
basics.
say no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
guess, man. It's gonna let his opponent cut. Prayer Day. Do it. Show me the back of Vincer's head. Oh!
Dang.
Dang. I'm unstoppable. Alright, so it looks like I can't tell what he's looking at.
I'll land in something.
Yeah. Alright, so bottom top.
The something got left on top, I think.
I kinda wish you would have said bottom so I could have said my new joke that I found, but then again it's not really appropriate for the stream anyways.
I mean, it's okay. You were talking about plowing people's moms earlier.
When you a bottom and you fall in love with the bottom. Alright, so Matt is going to fetch down to 19, grab a Savannah, and here is a Deathrite Shaman.
Let's go.
Zero respect for Blood Moon. Alright, Troy's going to play out his fetch and then cast Brainstorm. I see Lotus Petal Show and Tell, I think.
Oh, man.
It looks like maybe it wasn't Show and Tell because he put it back on top.
And he's
gonna fetch.
fetching it away. It's
Yeah, so
probably not
not
Show and
should. It might have been like the polluted Delta expedition thingy.
Tell. Okay. I'm just kidding.
It's difficult.
I'm just joshing you.
He's joshing me.
I'm
Alright, he's gonna.
just pulling your jimmies here.
Oh god. Alright, pass it back. Matt's just gonna play Dryad Arbor and attack.
No.
What?
He's tapping for mana.
Oh yeah, he's tapping it for mana for Abrupt Decay on the Lotus Petal.
Alright.
Alright. I hope Troy doesn't punish him with a Blood Moon here.
No, it's a sneak attack.
Sneak attack. He drew a red enchantment, but the wrong one.
Oh, is this a show and tell?
This might be it. Alright. It's time to go to class. Alright, it's Tuesday in the kindergarten. What did you bring to show and tell? Thalia?
Omniscience.
Ugh.
Hey, everything costs 1 now, though.
Yeah, that's true. He has to play 1, so Thalia is actually pretty good there.
Well, yeah. Well, he can now cast his Emrakul and take an extra turn for free, but
Yeah, but he has to find an Emrakul.
he does. With his 2 counter spells in hand and show and tell.
And now Matt has access to black mana so that Deathrite Shaman can deal 2 instead of 1. So right now he has a 5 damage, so he has a 4-turn clock. And if Troy has to pay 1 for each of his cantrips, we'll see what happens. All right, so in for 2. Fetch. So Troy's at 16, Matt's at 18. Man, I love Legacy. Don't have to worry about Shocklands. Grabbing that Bayou for that sweet, sweet black mana.
Is a Stoneforge Mystic, I think?
Yep, Stoneforge Mystic Grand Prix promo.
Resolves.
Go get.
You're not going to counter that one, Troy.
No. Probably getting a better. He might be. Feast of Famine is good here. With the discard. I might think about that.
Looks like he pulled out a Jitte.
Jitte is rarely the wrong choice. He may have also boarded out the Feast and Famine. I like the discard though. But the pro black, pro green doesn't really do anything.
Unless Matt's just chilling on a Jitte or another sword in hand already.
Oh yeah, he that's possible. Like that happens a lot actually. All that red is screwing up the focus on our camera. There we go. All right, so City of Traders is the draw.
And well,
so that's sneak attack mana right there. Although he only has to pay 1 for it.
Was about to ask a dumb question, then I answered it myself. I was gonna be like, "Yo, why didn't he play that Jitte with the 2 open mana he had?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah,
Has 3.
Yes, Thalia out. Yeah.
All right, he's going to eat a spell. Troy will go down to 14. Whew, that's scary. But as we know up here in the booth, Troy has no creatures. And he has no cantrips to dig for creatures. He just has a Spell Pierce and something.
He has 2 Spell Pierces.
He has 2 Spell Pierce.
Yep.
I think, Troy, if you watch this, I think Spell Pierce is probably safe to come out against Maverick. Okay. So here's an attack for 3. Troy will fall down to 11. Matt will put 2 counters on the Jitte. Yeah, because the Spell Pierce's only real targets are
Lotus Petal. Alright, I guess I'll pay it.
Green Sun Zeniths, Swords to Plowshares, and equipments if they're hard cast.
6, 8, 9.
He's 2 turns.
10? He's got 10 right now.
Yeah, so it's 2 turns. Is that with the 1,
Yeah.
2, 3? Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you're right. All right, so here's Green Sun for 2.
1.
1, yeah, 1. Grabs Noble Hierarch, which is still is not, we're not at lethal, but he's got him dead in 2 turns. And Troy
Still at 10.
Yeah, Troy just has to draw off the top, like.
And even still, like, an Emrakul doesn't kill Matt here.
Well, he'll get the extra turn.
He does, but it doesn't kill Matt because he can sack 6 permanents easily and gain life off of the.
Yeah, you're right.
Like.
He can sack all his lands in his Noble Hierarch and keep the rest of the creatures and kill him.
Yeah.
All right, so down to 4. Got a whole bunch of counters on that Jitte. I like Matt's position here. We'll see what Troy draws. It is a show and tell, which I would totally cast if I were Troy. I would cast it and put a Spell Pierce straight into play. All right, he's just gonna pass. Deathrite on.
Kill him at upkeep.
Deathrite
Do
on
something
untap.
cool.
Yep.
No.
All right. Matt takes this one 2-1. Unfortunately, there in game 3, Troy just got a little flooded, didn't draw anything.
Yeah, let's go Fair Magic.
Yeah. Troy had that one and to win, but his deck just didn't cooperate. But congratulations to Matt. That was a good match. Thanks everybody for watching. Definitely check out our Facebook page for all the information on Eternal Festival events this weekend. We've got plenty of stuff going on. Hope to see you at the store. And if you're not local, tune in Sunday at 11 for more Legacy action. One more time, I'm Ryan.
I'm Wyatt.
And definitely thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.